Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to 3Y TV. And we're back here for some 2023 B OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series competition here for the. It's not Sugar. Is it Sugar Moon's Creations again?
No, I'm sorry. That's wrong.
Bite-sized Sports.
Okay, it's the Bite-sized Sports is a Grand Prix. Is that the official?
136.
136.
I apologize for that, guys. My SDK crashed after I had already set it up, and I forgot to fix it.
And we are here in Montreal, or the Circuit Guild. I never know how to say that, but Montreal. We're just gonna go with Montreal. Thank you.
Or as some people like to call it, Most Sport.
What's that?
No, it's wrong.
Oh, okay. Anyway, as you already heard from Carlos, and joining along with me is Adam Peeler, and Vic Bloom will, I'm sure, have some entertaining questions if you joined into Peeler's Twitch earlier. But anyway, Adam, we're here at Montreal tonight. We're gonna maybe have some different players up to the towards the front than we see on a normal race weekend. But yeah, this is gonna be a challenging track, I think, for these boys tonight.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not here. Because I ran the TA2 race the other day and I crashed on lap 1. Road coursing is definitely not my forte, so I'm actually looking forward to watching these guys and seeing how they do it and kind of where they make up time on each other. And I agree with you. I think we're going to have some new names up front tonight for sure.
Yeah, and usually here at any road course race, I think OSCA puts on some pretty strong competition. And of course, we do have the mystery driver here tonight in the car number 30 once again. And this time it's miles ahead from parts unknown.
I feel like that's a hint in itself. Like who runs so much better than everybody else if they're that far? Like that's its own hint.
That could be, or maybe it's something. Vic is always a master of trying to do the old bait and switch, so that could definitely be a possibility tonight.
Vic is a masturbator.
Oh.
Hey!
All right, this is not the Twitch stream.
Yeah, right.
Chill it on down. That's for later.
Yeah, if you missed, you got to check out Peeler's Twitch stream at make sure I get this right. Nurse Aviator 13, right?
No, it's just Nurse Aviator. No numbers.
It's just Nurse Aviator. No numbers. No numbers needed. And well, maybe it's unlucky now, so maybe 13 is needed, but
no. It'd be all right. Well, I don't know. You come hang out with us. It's a lot of fun. We had a good time, but we do like making people uncomfortable. So
yeah, I think we certainly did that. And I think, again, speaking of uncomfortable, that's where we are here tonight. And as we get ready for qualifying, get tonight's race, we do have 2 25-lap features. Top 5 will invert here. As car's getting ready to see Peeler. Or not Peeler, sorry, you're right here with me. That's Tepe.
Wow.
It's the other Adam. Wow, I'm getting old. See, this is what Robert Hill, who's actually in a car tonight here in the number 5. He wanted me to speak French. I'm like, man, I don't even have English down yet. Why would I want to try French out?
That's fair. I mean, at least Tepe can always finish in front of me now because he's the only one there. I felt like every time we raced last season, we just beat the crap out of each other. So
Robert Hill would have been my guess. So I saw his name on the itinerary.
Yeah, see, he would have been a good guess, and there we do see the Canadian driver, hometown boy here tonight.
How about we do that really quickly? Who do you think's in the 30 car this week? How about let's go Adam, Goody, Carlos.
Well,
I get to go first.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Andy Lally. I think he got him. I think he's coming.
Has Andy Lally ever raced?
That's bold.
Hey, there's no hints yet, and we don't know. And like I said, the miles ahead's a pretty good hint, and I'm pretty sure if he showed up, he'd make us all look bad. So I'm gonna go with him.
All right, Goody, who you got? Who you think it is?
Well, I think there's this obvious choice of it being Johnny Eckert, who we all thought last week, and I don't know. I think he would love to be here tonight, but I'm gonna start off with off the cuff here a little bit. I'm gonna go Kean Rally in that 30 car tonight.
I call bullshit.
What?
How would you want? Why would you say it's Kean over Jecker? Like who? Why? Why would I pick him over Jecker?
Right, well, I don't know why.
Yeah, why are you getting defensive about it? Now maybe I'm on to something here.
I think Jecker's just too obvious, right?
Yeah, I feel like it is.
The name
So
was
here's
obvious.
the thing. Hold up. Here's the thing. I think Eckert is too obvious, but I think that Vic is playing with our heads. I think he also believes that we would believe that Eckert is too obvious. And initially, I wanted to go be like, oh, Johnny Thomas again. But I look at the lap times, and I'm sorry, Johnny Thomas, but you're not that good in the road races. So it's not Johnny Thomas. But I think Vic is playing with our heads, making us double think. So if he's double thinking me, I'm double thinking him. I do think it is Johnny Eckert, excuse me.
See, that's it's still my gut reaction, but I'm just
Okay,
gonna go with it.
okay, it's my gut reaction too, but I didn't want to say the same things as everybody else.
Yeah, I just wanted to go off the cuff here a little bit.
I wanted to be different.
What's up? Is that a fresh new scheme?
It's every week,
is the
'cause that's
scheme
30 cars gonna
itself?
happen here.
Is the scheme itself a hint?
No, this one is 2011 Boris said Xfinity Series race or Nationwide Series race here.
Okay, I was wondering. I didn't realize it till afterwards because I was looking into
Last
of course,
week's race was a big old hint though.
Yeah, I didn't realize that till after the race. I was checking out Shane's Twitter. I believe his designs page, and also I was like, oh crap, it was right there.
Right there.
Right there. It was wide open. So it shows how much we pay attention to Shane. But good to see him back out in the field tonight. He's running the 54 car.
You know,
And
you
I-
mentioned Robert Hill earlier, so his car is actually a Superstar open entry for Strutton Racing, which is Tim Conrad's second team, where he's going to field somebody new most weeks too. So you'll be seeing different guys go in and out of that car as well.
Yeah,
There's another
I
team.
like that. Yeah,
There's
we do
another
have the
team
92.
with an open team
Yeah.
as well.
Katie Roby in the RK Motorsports Chevrolet. And I believe she what race did she run last year? Was it Bathurst or something like that? I can't remember.
She did a couple of the road races, and
Yeah.
she also raced the race after after Parker had to leave the series because of personal stuff.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
I forgot. It may have been Kentucky.
I think you might be right. But right now, guy who is miles ahead is Cameron Rich. He was fastest in practice right now, on top of the leaderboard here in qualifying. Damian Leininger, he's flexing some muscle. That was it. Maybe that Twitch pre-race Twitch stream lit a fire under Damian. He's right now P2.
I saw that last week's winner as the Stig driver, Shane DiManitoba, is back tonight in the 54 Nurse Aviator racing car. It'll be cool to have him 2 weeks in a row, see if he can go back to back.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Oh, you wonder why? I mean, I wasn't gonna go there, but
No, I mean, I wonder why you would know that he's the one in it.
well,
It's totally not your team or anything.
no, I just mentioned. Hey, he's here. I thought
No,
it
it
was
would've been
important for
funny
people to
if-
know he's trying to go back to back.
It would have been
Yeah.
funny
For the
if-
record, if you
Vic
watched
forgot.
Adam's stream earlier, his answer was no.
Oh. It would have been funny if Vic forgot to remove Kevin Malone.
Oh, that would have been funny.
He begged me. He
He
begged
wanted
me.
it. He wanted it to be there.
He begged me. I wouldn't
Really?
give it to him. No, it's okay. Later in the season, we'll have Michael Scott racing as well.
Is it
Ooh,
really?
I like it. Oh, how about Prison Mike?
No,
Nice.
we'll have Michael Scott, like Willie Passam will be racing later this season in the 30 car.
Wait, have y'all seen Ray Bracey's qualifying time yet?
No.
Ray Bracey's sitting very, very
Yeah,
pretty in the
fourth.
fourth spot. Hey, that's
Got his
somebody
name
to
on the
watch for the
report,
night.
That's
Oh, he did?
Who just got beat out by Miles Ahead, our mystery driver here tonight, or is it?
Waifu scientist on the YouTube chat saying Katie did Mid Ohio. I think that was another.
Mid Ohio.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Nick.
I knew it was a track that was very difficult to drive on, and I believe she did it. I believe she had. I want to say I remember that she had a good run going, and I feel like she got taken out or something
I think
late on in the going there.
in the first race, I think she finished well, but I think somebody or she made some contact with the driver and kind of sent her back a little. And then in the second race, going into one, I believe she got spun.
Okay, I
do.
did.
You should make
what
some
you-
picks.
All right, let's do some picks time.
So,
who's
Carlos,
up first?
Carlos, who do you have? You're up first. Who do you got?
Listen,
Oh, I'm listening.
it would be wrong of me to not pick my own driver.
What it?
So I'm gonna pick my own driver. I'm gonna pick
So
Cameron Rich
Cam
for half one.
Got it.
Ooh, yeah.
Goody, who you got?
Well, it would be wrong of me for me not to pick my own driver. So I'm going to be wrong. I'm going to go with the guy Peeler just talked about a little bit ago. I'm going with that 7 car of Ray Bracy.
I'm gonna keep my strategy of picking the last place, and you know, I like him, I really do. But Thomas Capuano is gonna be last place tonight, and I get to pick for Matt. And Matt says half one. He wants the 71, so he's gonna get the 71 and half one.
Ooh,
So Peeler, who you got?
Go ahead and give me the number 30 miles ahead. I got the lead right now, and I think I'm gonna hold on to it.
Oh, I like that.
And just so everybody knows, these picks are brought to you by Sugar Moon's Creation SC on Etsy. And this week we have candles are on there for the first time ever.
Oh,
There are candles on the website.
Yeah.
Check those out. 2 new scents. Come get them while they're hot.
I may just.
Yeah.
I got some wax
yeah.
melting on right now as well.
Run, don't walk. Yeah, let's do this. But are we doing the whole lineup, or you just want to do highlights? So don't want to delay the whole lap here on a road course. I don't know how far they got to go.
Oh, I see why I was
Are they-
quiet, actually, guys.
I see. Oh, okay. You did. Now you know why you're quiet. Okay.
Yeah, I had my slider set all the way down for some reason.
So we'll just go through some of the highlights here of the starting lineup. So we won't want to delay the green here too much tonight. As you see again on the pole is Cameron Rich. Gavin Hibbs up in that 3rd spot, miles ahead. Who is that mystery driver? He'll be starting in that 4th position. And Zach Rogers filling in for Jordan Tarble. He'll be starting in the 9th position. So that'll be a fun guy to watch, see where he can move up through the field. Every time he fills in, he's always one to watch for. Peeler, any notables that you got your eye on throughout this field?
I'm looking, and I'm gonna go with some guys who are coming from a little bit further back. We got Kynan Jones. He's kind of the road coursing is his background. He'll be coming from 13th, so we'll see how far he can make it up. And then starting 24th, I want to keep an eye on Vincent Isabella as well, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna be going for it.
And you see that 14th spot, Nick Indelicato, our defending champion. We've seen the struggles he had last week. He's got himself a hole to dig out of. And normally, I think at these road courses, about every time, he's a contender for a podium finish, if not a win. But he's got to come back from that 14th spot. Can he get it done? You do see back in that 20th position, Dave Carpenter, Matthews' pick, starting back there. So we'll see what's going on. Oh, we're not going. Maybe we were delaying the green, but we'll have to talk to Vic about that. Braxton DeWeese and the 8 car starting back in the 22nd position as well, and some of the guys starting further back. Ryan Lutz starting shotgun in the field. Didn't take a lap in practice or qualifying. I believe he did grid up. He is on the course, or was. He disappeared. So we'll see how he does. He had some good runs going last week at Indianapolis. Falling short. We'll see if he can get something done here today.
So I was thinking about this just because, like I said earlier, I'm really, really bad at this. So my question is, who is going to go for the win, and who is out there just to get through this race and survive, and literally just keeping it on the track is the only thing they're really worried about.
Yeah, it's especially with these new cars. For a lot of these guys, again, something we talked about last week. A lot more horsepower than what these guys are generally used to with the top 3 NASCAR generation cars right now. So it's gonna be definitely something to see. Some guys you can definitely tell are more comfortable than others. Even looking at Dave Carpenter, knowing talking to him, a guy who likes these road courses, generally is a contender for a top 10, but with these different style of cars, it's something a little bit more challenging for them. So these guys who might have even been comfortable before might struggle a little bit here tonight. So it's going to be, I think, a fun one to watch, and I think we're going to see a lot of comers and goers. I think the shakeup in the field, according to what we normally see at a road course, is going to be a lot greater.
Oh, for sure. They'll get spread out. I think you just got to get through your first 2 laps and just kind of settle in. I think that's the main goal for everybody, is to survive the chaos and mayhem of the first couple laps and settle in and just try to get in a rhythm, because road coursing is all about rhythm. Which is probably why I'm terrible at it. So,
and I don't know about you, but I'm terrible at road coursing as well. But the worst thing for me is these first couple, at least the first lap, first corner, where you're used to your practice. You might have been racing around cars at full speed, but getting up to speed in these cars and a big pack of cars and just messing up your braking points and whatnot, it can throw a lot of drivers off. So expect a lot of craziness early. We'll see how many cars go off course. But with that, I'm trying to remember what this course is shaped like, but I feel like we're getting pretty close to going green here.
Yeah, I think we've got one more chicane to go here before they come to the green. The other thing is going to be interesting is if anybody, for anybody who does get taken out early, either how mad they're going to be and what they do when they get back to that person, or can they drive back through the field at all. So there'll be a lot to watch, even though it will be the
Yeah, there could be some definitely revenge here in Montreal. And again, welcome to the bite side. Oh wow, it's Isabella. He doesn't want to be bunched up with this pack. So he'll be maybe joining in the safest spot possible. As we're about to go green here for the Bite Size Sports 136K, right? Something like that. Here we go. Getting close to getting a loud puddle. Here we are under green. Cameron Rich will lead the field. Going to the first couple S turns here. Damian Leininger trying to hang on. He might have the advantage in the first corner, but Cameron Rich try to get. Oh man, Damian fighting. Oh, power move. Takes the lead. Man, oh man.
Only bad thing about that is if you kind of roll too much, you kind of lose off exits. You can see he has a run. Oh, well, no, he's going to fall in behind him. I think we got through the first couple turns clean.
Yeah, this has been a lot smoother than I thought. And I think this is the first hairpin coming up here, first sharp corner in just a little bit. Is this the one I'm thinking of? I can't remember. It's been a while since I drove this track, but everyone's doing a really good job working their way around this course. Man, oh man, I'm really proud of these boys here tonight, Adam.
Yeah, I am too. I think everybody just decided, hey, let's get through, like I said, get through these first couple laps and let's race it out. Let's not ruin anybody or ruin our own race off the start. I'm pleasantly surprised at how this is going.
Yeah, and one thing I did totally forget to ask. I don't know if you asked any drivers. Oh boy, there's a gaggle of cars.
Oh, that's terrible looking.
And Katie Roby, I think, right in the middle of that mix. That's looking pretty tough. She looked like she had damage too to her front end. So I think, and so did Westergreen. Oh, and a car around, and that is DJ Weeks.
He's got a pass for the lead. Oh, yep, drag race down the stretch here. Got a little right hand.
Oh boy, he's got the
left.
Got the little chicane here. See who gets through. Oh, Cameron wisely backing off. And leading lap 1. I believe. Well, I always think the start-finish line's earlier. So Cameron Rich still might have a shot. Damian will lead lap number 1.
Close racing for the lead already on lap 1. I think Cam's faster, and he knows he's faster. He's really trying to get out in front so he can put a gap between some of them guys he's really worried about.
Yeah, the top 4 right now breaking away. Cameron Rich maybe biding his time, just trying to get in that rhythm. But kind of a big gap back to that miles ahead, back in that 5th. Oh, big wreck, Ty McIntosh!
Ty McIntosh.
Oh, Westergreen, a little. Well, he just lost his bumper. And Robert Hill, the hometown boy. They all look like modifieds now.
That was started. It looked like the 14 got a little bit off course, kind of glided back up. When I remember.
Take a look at the 3-wide TV replay. Just drifted across the track. Nowhere to go for Ty McIntosh, and unfortunate enough for him. Man, that bad luck for him continues. It seems like he gets collected in a lot of wrecks, even dating back to last season. So maybe looking for half number 2 to maybe turn that season. Oh wow, and he's pulled away. Cameron Rich getting around Damian Leininger.
Like I said earlier, Ray Bracey, look at him.
Yeah,
he's trying to go for second.
Man, he's got some muscle. He's got that the Bojo machine, the cat, Bojo cat. I can't remember the name of the cat. I apologize, Ray, but
Pushkin.
What was it?
Pushkin.
Pushkin, that's right. I knew it was a weird name. But he is making some noise here tonight. Always good to see that neon green and yellow colors for Bojo up towards the front.
Right now, he's just getting in the corner a lot deeper than Damien is. It just seems a lot more comfortable on corner entry. See, he makes up time right here. He's going to get all the way to his back bumper. Yeah, he's just way more comfortable in corner entry right now. Here it is again. He's going to eat him up. It's a matter of time. He'll get by him in the lap. And he probably wants to get by quick so he can try to run down Cameron. That's what it is.
Yeah, because they're definitely losing a lot of time to Cameron Rich, who is already pulled away to about a 2 3/4 second lead. And I gotta wonder too that this car again for iRacing is kind of I believe a legacy quote unquote a model. So the tire model, as you see Gavin Hibbs making a power move, damage on his machine, but he moves now into that 3rd spot. But the tire model on this car is older than the newer NASCARs as well. So definitely, again, a different strategy for these guys. If they burn their stuff up, how easy is it going to be to save the tires? Because generally now on the next-gen cars, the current Cup cars that they run, they can almost go probably this whole race without pitting.
Dylan Thomas has got a modified. What's going on with this one? Oh, someone's off pace.
Who's that off pace there?
Braxton DeWeese corner cutting, I'm assuming. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and
See,
he
if
actually
you're-
has a full-on black flag, though.
Oh, wow.
He did not slow down enough, and that's Tepe?
Adam
Oh!
Tepe's around.
I was gonna say when you're slow like me at a road course, I don't even have to like slow down. I'm just that slow where my slowdown goes down. It's pretty depressing.
And that's another thing these guys are having to deal with that they normally don't is the track limits. I mean, a lot of these guys are oval racers by trade, some dirt, but there are no track limits except for Daytona and Talladega, so they can kind of go wherever they want. And at a road course, you can't do that without a penalty. So it's a whole different animal for a lot of these.
Yeah, it's wow, man, a lot of modifieds out here tonight. Yeah, it just shows how much of a different animal this track is. Darren Staff on pit road, heavy damage to the front end, back end of the car too.
There's a meatball flag.
Meatball flag. He's got to get some. Yeah, that I bet you that right front is all kitty wampus on that machine. You see Braxton DeWeese serving his.
Black flag.
Yeah, serving the black flag penalty. Man, Darren, he's really slowed down pit road. He's definitely struggling to get in his pit box. But one guy who is not struggling is that 29 car Cameron Rich. You know, it seems like just 2 seconds ago we were talking about him being 2 3/4 seconds away, and he's running fast, the fastest lap of the race, I believe, last time by. He's 4.5 seconds on Damien Leininger right now.
I'm also watching this second place group, and Damien is doing a really good job, but Damien is keeping this group behind him. He is definitely slowing them up. I mean, Stig driver miles ahead's already caught back up. They're kind of falling in line. It's just, I think if one of them can get by Damien. Oh, no, it was Cadaddy. I was going to say, if one of them can get by Damien, I think they'll be able to run Cam down. It's just Damien's keeping everybody kind of behind him at the moment.
Yeah, keeping him at bay. And yeah, they're now 5.25 seconds back. And oh man, Cadaddy. At least he gets off the track so the drivers can get through. But lost a lot of track position. Cadaddy currently scored 32nd out of 35 car field here tonight.
Hey, he has chrome wheels, so he's winning.
Oh hell yeah! The chrome wheels. Did he have the chrome numbers too?
I think he does actually.
Yeah, he's got like old school. That looks like an old Saturday Night Special car there. That's pretty cool. I like it. There you see, that's was it Alzheimer's Association on Cooper Johnson's car this week? Kind of a cool little awareness for Alzheimer's. That's never fun. And currently Cooper in the 7th position, right where he started running with Joe Francis and Gilberto Javier Gomera.
Did we?
Kate Tufts.
Did we talk about the invert and why today's invert matters?
We did talk top 5 invert. I think I mentioned it. I can't remember. Why does it matter?
There's a challenge tonight.
Oh man, I forgot to look. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, goody. You're better than
I've had a long day
Tonight is
today.
the,
I've had a long day today.
tonight is one of 5 races where we have a 5-car invert, and the highest finishing driver that gets inverted for half 2 will get $5.
Contact.
Contact
Second.
between
Oh!
Gracie and Leinemann.
Miles
Oh,
ahead. Is
miles
miles ahead.
Wow, and he'll move into that second spot. So the only car ahead of him now is going to be Cameron Rich.
Watch
Bracey-
this next corner. Watch this next corner. See if Damien tries to pay him back.
Yeah. See how close. Oh, I believe Dewar got in the back of Vincent Isabella there, who's trying to work his way, starting on pit road.
Gracie is running away as fast as he can. He's getting
He's
out
trying
of
to lay
there.
down. Man, he's doing a good job of leaving Damien in the dust, so you might have had something going on there. And he did. His fastest lap before was roughly a second slower than what he just ran. Oh, and he's almost losing it, catching to the mystery car there. Oh, man, these guys, look how sideways. You've seen a lot of cars get sideways here tonight. Under braking, under throttle. They're slipping and sliding around this track.
It is not good on tires. I know on Tuesday, like I said, we don't know exactly what the tire model is, but we ran, it was 19 laps, 14 laps, somewhere along in there, and 6 or 7 laps later, you really could tell you were on small tire.
Yeah, oh boy, Neil Rutt going around. Dewar teammate, almost teammate on teammate crime there for Do Good Motorsports. See more battles out on the track on the 3-wide twin cam here. And kind of Jones, normally a pretty good threat for a top 10. Well, he's not too far off. He started 13th. He's running 13th. The multicam, why couldn't I remember that? But anyway, Kynan Jones, Landshark, right on the outside of the top 10. Look at how about Katie Roby, man. She had damage on her car earlier. She's up 17 spots, up to 15th right now.
He's definitely the biggest mover.
Yeah, her time too is, I believe, her fastest lap, second quickest. Cameron Rich right now in a land of his own in the 142s, but I think she. Oh, actually, Katie Tufts. No, never mind. Numbers are flipping. So yeah, Katie Roby right now running the second fastest lap in the field. And now I think she already moved up another spot to 14th, chasing down the Landshark of Kynan Jones.
We got
Man, there's so
confirmation.
much damage.
Darren's staff money shifted on the final straight.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yep.
Always
that will
one.
do it.
Always
Yep.
one.
So, sometimes if I'm having a bad enough night on a road course, I wish I did money shift a car. So I can never bring myself to do it on purpose. It always has to come up organically. But unfortunately yep, you can't do the old Tom Cruise blowing the motor. Oh,
more
Damien
contact.
And these boys are not done yet.
These cars look like they just did 100 laps at Martinsville. There's more contact.
Oh man, that's between Gilberto and Zach Rogers, and Nick Indelicato moving up through the field. He's up in the top 10, up in the 8th position. It's a nice rebound so far.
Zach Rogers is filling in for Jordan Tarwell. Send some thoughts and prayers for his family. But Zach Rogers is giving him a good ride tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately unable to make the race here tonight. Yeah, but hopefully we'll see him back soon, and hopefully he'll bring good news with that as well. But Ryan Lutz worked his way back. He's moving up through the field. No practice at all. No qualifying lap. Up 17 spots in the 18th position. There's your old ride. At least part of it anyway. Dylan Thomas
Looks a lot like when he drove it.
Nah, that was gonna be the next thing out of my mouth. It looks exactly like it was if I was driving it, so it's fair.
Only a couple spots further in the run.
Actually, you know what? He's still running. I probably wouldn't even be running at this point, so it's a win.
Yeah, we'll take it up here in the booth. That's for sure. See how much more comfortable it is up here in the booth than it would be out on the track. It looks like even these guys running up front, maybe unless you're Cameron Rich right now, they got to be pretty uncomfortable.
I wonder if Cameron just got too big of a lead. I mean, we all have the guy that we think is in the
Whoa.
and he's the best at saving his equipment. So I'm kind of scared for Cameron if he maybe just got too far out ahead, because like I said, we all think Eckert's in this car. Let's just be honest. And if it is Eckert, Cameron's gotta really take care of his stuff with Johnny's car.
Yeah, he's looking. He just laid down a lap, but it's I believe now it's the second fastest lap in the field. Still not close to Cameron Rich's, but yeah, if it is Johnny, in fact Johnny Eckert in that number 30, it's it could be an interesting challenge for Cameron to keep that lead. But last lap you see over a second he gained on Cameron, but still a long way to go. Still about a 7.25 second gap between the two. And I think pit stops, once they come into play, which I totally did forget to ask drivers for a fuel run. Vic, do you have any insight on that?
I think that they'll only need to stop once. I don't know how many laps they can last, but I think they'll only have to stop once.
Okay,
Per
so
half.
only per half. All right, so we'll get a gauge here together at lap number 1.
You know, we could just ask somebody.
Yeah, bring Shane up. He's hanging out by himself.
No, Shane wants to actually talk.
Oh yes, he'll be too chatty.
Tim,
Yes, sir.
how long can you go on gas?
I think we're gonna pit in about another 2 laps, but I think we got about 15 laps of fuel.
All right.
Okay, so yeah,
Why did you spin out?
Yeah, what-
Because of lack of talent. Why do you think?
Oh, I thought you just spilled your alcohol. I was gonna give you props.
well, because he hasn't had enough aiming.
No,
fluid,
I
yeah.
don't have time to grab the freaking glass.
Well, this is
Fair
where
enough.
you need the helmet with the straw in it, or the dual beer.
Absolutely.
thing, hard
I
hat.
would
Yeah.
love to have that right now.
I think we
So
brought this up to you
thirsty.
before. So is there going to be during the pit stop? Is that going to happen?
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna finish the rest of my drink. And now I missed that freaking corner.
Oh no.
Vic, go ahead and clear that
How about we
for
move
me.
you back? How about we How about we move you back down so you can
Yeah, we'll let him.
just clear that for me?
Just clear. He's asking for special favors right up here in the booth.
Everyone can hear it. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't care. But right now, it looked like Miles Ahead was catching Cameron Rich, but Cameron's slowly now pulling away once again, and again getting close to those pit stops. And with that, less, I believe was it 60%? I can't remember the fuel tank size again. The exact
62.
percentage, 62.
So
there we
it's like
go.
11.7. I want to say. It's 11 point something.
So again, we seen Johnny or mystery driver benefit from longer green flag runs with these guys basically breaking this race up in half. Supposedly, you can kind of run a little bit harder on these tires, and that might play in the favor of Cameron Rich, who is still pulling away.
Yeah, that was kind of my question. Are these guys shooting to get to halfway and they're just gonna pit at the halfway mark and make it 2 even halves, or is someone gonna try to pit early, get some new tires on, and make up some time? And the question is, does someone try to run long, take less fuel, and try a strategy that way? I mean, there's a lot of things that are going through these guys' heads because they don't have crew chiefs. I mean, they are thinking this stuff by themselves while they're also trying to conquer this road course. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah, and the biggest thing too, and actually now, I don't know if there's a hiccup there for Cameron Rich, or that was maybe just a part of the track. Never mind. Let's say he closed up to about 6 seconds live speed time there, but I see that gap going back again to over 8 seconds between Miles Ahead and Cameron Rich. But it's hard, like these guys battling here, Bracy, Hibbs, and Leininger. They might want to have some strategy. Oh, they're
They're
contact!
both gonna wreck.
Oh, they're both a hard hit. Bracy.
Didn't hit anything.
Wow, he got lucky. He might get a corner cut penalty. And right in front of Damien. Joe Francis in the 25. He's trying to get around cleanly. As Bracy only loses 1 spot, but Gavin Hibbs, I think he got the way worse end of that. He might have some heavy damage to that 95 car.
This has been going on for a little more than a lap, I would say. And I think he just finally saw his opportunity and... Oh,
No.
netcode? Is that netcode?
I don't know if that was netcode or I don't know if
I think there
Bracy
would've
knew
been
he was
contact
there.
anyways.
And does Gavin get going again, or does he wait for the field
Yeah,
to go by?
he does get going again.
It does get going.
No,
Okay.
no, he didn't get going. He left.
He did.
Left the session.
Oh man, unfortunate enough for Gavin Hibbs, who's having a great run. And Bracy,
Pit road.
oh,
Off
is he gonna
track
pit?
again.
Oh, are you
Oh, he just
overdriving?
locked up his tires. That was
Oh,
pit road
yeah.
exit. That's right.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I thought that was the entry too there, and he's now fallen back into sixth. So Bracy getting out of that rhythm after that contact with Gavin Hibbs, and maybe burnt up those tires a little bit during that slide.
Was that a Lutz and Kynan Jones on pit
Yes.
road? Is that what I saw? Okay.
Yeah.
So they're the first to pit.
Uh,
See if that makes them up any more time.
People have
You know
been
what we
going
do-
down pit road this whole race, but there's a good chance
Oh.
it's because of black flags or damage. So it's really hard to know who's actually starting the sequence.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think we definitely know this is kind of we're in the middle of the sequence here, but we do have, as we go through the green flag pit stops, we'll bring up Gavin Hibbs, who was involved in that incident just a few moments ago. And Gavin looked like he had a strong night going, and what happened there? What was your perspective?
Yeah, it was shaped to be a great night, but you know, people like Damien and Ray, man, I just don't get it. It's like I'm trying to race them hard, but keep it clean, and then they'll just pull some stuff like that. You know, it's really ridiculous. You know, 2 weeks now in a row that is somewhat decent car and just absolutely get wrecked by other people's shenanigans. But you know.
So, I got to ask you then. We've seen that you might have left the building. Are you going to go out there for half number 2?
That remains to be seen. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just really, really frustrating tonight.
Yeah, I understand that's got to be frustrating. Hopefully, you can cool out, and hopefully, we'll see you back out there in half number 2. But you know, with that all being said, any shout-outs you wanna give out?
Well, I wanted to give a shout out to Shift Esports and my sponsor, Duck Press Media Solutions. You know, we felt like we had a car that could, you know, finish top 3 in both halves, but you know, with how it went in this first half, you know, such a waste.
Yeah, unfortunately, but next week, if we don't see you out there for half number 2, we go to the land of me in Milwaukee. How you feeling about next week's race?
I just hope I bring an IndyCar instead.
it might handle a little bit better, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully cool down. Hopefully we'll see you back out there. Hey, maybe epic comeback is in the works for you.
If someone takes out Cameron Rich, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I like Cameron. He's a good guy.
Yeah, but he is definitely the class in the field right now. Thanks, Gavin, for joining us. And yeah, cool off there a little bit. I understand that had to be frustrating.
Yeah. Thank you.
You bet. Volkswagens over Subarus.
I wouldn't go.
Oh, me neither. But anyway, have a good one.
Thank you.
That was Gavin Hibbs. You definitely hear the frustration in his voice there, as it was a rough go, and when it looked like such a promising run for him.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing worse than being running top 5, knowing you've got a good car and things not working out, whether it's someone else's fault or your fault. It doesn't really matter. That's a terrible, terrible feeling. But I hope he does come back for half 2. We'd like to see him back. I'd like to see him kind of drive through the field and see what he can get up to, but I'll have to see if he shows up.
Yeah, you know, and sometimes in that case too, you know, and I understand you probably want to cool down and come back strong. As he might have been seeing red there in the moment, and just had to walk away. But maybe that pressure would be off, and you just go out here and have fun and see what he can get. It'd be fun. But we do have another driver who I believe wrecked out of the race. I think we saw it there, Dustin Dewar. He'll be back in. I don't know if he's going to be running in half number 2. Might be another guy we might not see in half number 2. Dustin, I saw you kind of helicoptering there. Are you done for the night?
I'm going to start the second half. I made it further than I thought I would in this first half. It's not that bad once you use your head a little bit. So, no, we'll get back after it for half 2.
So, you know, you're going to be our perspective, and, you know, all three of us are probably not one to with leaders on pit road. Cameron Rich on pit road. None of us are really well versed in road course racing, but again, this is definitely a different animal though than what the car at least is what we normally would run. So how hard is it with all that horsepower to get this thing woed up and to get back going again?
Yeah, it's not easy. I was keeping it in second gear and pretty well all around the track just to avoid getting that wheel spin and spinning out. I feel real bad. I got to apologize to Vince and Isabella. I forgot where I was on track, to be honest, and missed my braking zone and caused a lot of damage to his car, so sorry to Vincent. But yeah, no, a lot of horsepower. You really got to balance it out. So like I said, I was just being safe, keeping it in second gear instead of going down to first, avoiding wheel spin, and yeah, just easy on the throttle coming back to it.
And
hardest thing for me was braking, just blowing the car down without losing the ass end.
Yeah, that's definitely we've seen guys sideways in and entering and exiting corners. That's for sure. As we see the field shuffling through with the pit stops, we see Dallas Myhan. But how about tires? Are tires a big factor at all with this older tire model?
Honestly, I'm gonna say no, not for me. But I was running so slow, it's hard to tell. You got obviously like any other race, you got to start backing up your entry. Every couple laps you do, back it up a little bit more. But I think you're asking the wrong guy there because I'm just too slow.
That's fair.
I got a question, Dusty. As we ride along here with Katie, you say you're the wrong guy to ask, but I mean, you did just turn some laps here. So what's the most important corners? Like, if you're trying to set somebody up for a pass, which corners are you're really counting on trying to set yourself up so you can get under somebody?
There's a lot of great passing zones here. I mean, obviously, there's a lot you can't, but there's so many hard braking zones that, man, you can capitalize all over this place.
I
there's
think
less
that corner
places
that
you can't pass than you can.
Okay.
Oh wow! So I think where Katie Roby just here she goes in that chicane. This is maybe one I wouldn't suggest to pass. No! Nick Delicato going around again. Man, he's had a rough start of the season.
I saw that coming. Katie should not have stuck her nose in there.
She is letting him go by, it looks like. Oh no!
Oh wow!
Clearing a black flag there.
Oh, ooh! So we cut the corner there a little bit, but yeah. So that was dangerous entry to the corner, but maybe some jaw jacking back and forth between the two drivers. I believe Katie did try to apologize, but before we let you go, Dusty, get ready for half number 2. Maybe take some NyQuil, not NyQuil, you'll fall asleep, but hopefully you'll feel better in half 2. Any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, big shout outs first of all and foremost to you guys up in the booth, Vic, for putting this league on. We couldn't do this. This broadcast won't be possible at all without you guys, so big thanks to you. But JD's Hilltop Salvage, she's my primary sponsor aboard this 32 Chevrolet. Hello, Dad. If you have any scrap you need to get rid of, give old JD a call and he'll get a hold of you today. Miss Goodies, home of the famous hooded towels. Get your famous hooded towel today. They're the hottest thing on the market. Get them before they're gone, America. Couple other shout outs. Rowdy's Memory Lanes. A rebrand of the old sponsor I had of Memory Lanes. So,
whoa!
Welcome back.
30 car just missed the corner.
Oh, I thought he was going to hit the barrier there. Whew. Okay, anyway, we just had a moment with the mystery drivers still hanging on to second. Sorry about that.
Vic should just park it.
Yeah, Vic. Oh, no. Is that your call for the mystery driver? Who do you think the mystery driver is? If you know, don't tell us, though, Dusty.
I know
I don't
without a
have a
shadow of
clue.
a doubt, it's not Vic. He's not that good.
Yeah, no. He would
You know
be
what,
second.
Wow.
You know what? I will say this. Next time we shoot some Sugar Moon Creations commercials or some Nurse Aviator on Twitch commercials, I'm calling Dusty. No one sells product on 3Y TV. Dusty.
Yeah, he wanted to be a used car salesman and auctioneer in his spare time when he was young.
Everybody all right, sir? There now. What are you going to get for? Let's go,
to the
boys.
garage. Miles ahead.
No!
Miles ahead, spins out, gets trouble again. So breaking news, what happened here?
That was my pick. No.
Oh no. Going through, is it that, getting in the grass and under braking, he got in the tank slapper and boom, hard lick with the tire barriers. And as we've seen,
that may be the first time I've ever seen that guy ever make a mistake. God dang.
It's definitely accurate.
No,
that
no,
could be another
no.
throw.
That right there
Okay,
proves it's
so-
not Eckert. We have seen Eckert wreck himself under pacing conditions.
That doesn't
Well,
count.
that doesn't count. Okay, so well, while we're here and we're talking about the 30 car, how about let's talk about some statistics.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us.
Talk about
Dusty.
math?
Sorry.
Yeah, you guys have a good night up there. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet.
Good night,
So-
Dustin.
Adam, give me a call soon, buddy.
Oh, heck yeah, man.
Heck, hell yeah.
So let's talk statistics for the 30 car. The driver of the 30 car has a 26% win average of his races run in OSCA. 71% top 5 average of his races run in OSCA, and 80% top 10 average in his OSCA runs. So there's some
going-
statistics.
So whoever it is has a horseshoe up their ass.
Are there,
I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't know these statistics. I knew they were good. I didn't know they were that good until today. So
You know what? I'm sticking with my pick.
you really
Who's
think
your
these
pick again?
statistics are that good?
Kean Raleigh.
It's a good pick.
He didn't run a lot, but when he did, he was usually up towards the front. And yeah, I'm still liking my pick.
I don't know. It may not be Eckert because that's way too high. And I know Eckert was tied for the winningest, or he lost it already. I'm not sure what it is. But
I know Indelicato was pretty close. And
nah, he was tied, I think, at one point. I don't know if he's still.
yeah,
What if it's somebody that didn't run very many races?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It may not be Eckert now.
What if it's not Kean either? Because Kean ran a lot of races.
I'm sticking with it. I am digging my heels in here a little bit. Not a lot of it, but a little bit. I think this is where Vic is trying to get into our head here a little bit. But with that though, miles ahead, whoever miles ahead is, that gives the second place to Damian Leininger, who's 20 seconds back of Cameron Ridge. So right now, nobody touching that 29 car.
I know we just watched her make a mistake, and I know we called her out for it, but Katie Roby is probably having the drive of the race, if it's not Cameron Ridge. I mean, she started in the back, and she is up knocking on the door of a top 5. She probably would have had the top 5 if she didn't have the time penalty. I mean, she is putting on a show out here, really taking it to these guys.
Yeah, and think, even if she doesn't get up to that invert position, I'm wondering too, if she does get into that top 5, 8 laps to go, she's got a little bit of a gap. I think she's going to be about 4 seconds back of Cooper Johnson, who is in 5th. But even if she started, say, in 7th right now, I think she could be making some noise here of maybe putting Cam on notice a little bit. It's still that fastest lap for Cam is tough to beat, but there won't be as much distance. And man, she's got to be a favorite. Maybe someone I think is definitely going to pick that 92 car in half number 2.
Right,
I
and
was
we
having
haven't
a hell of a run.
I was
we
talking
haven't
to her.
seen her in clean traffic yet, or clean racetrack yet. I mean, Cameron's had clean racetrack. Katie hasn't. She's making these passes and running the lap times while in race traffic. So I think she's got something.
I was talking to her and the rest of my drivers before the race, and oddly enough, even with the change in the setup, she was saying how much the setup was agreeing with her and how comfortable she was with the car. So, I'm not sure what happened in qualifying because she started all the way in the back. She may not have posted a lap as a 25. Gets a little loosey-goosey. But if she gets in the top 5 and gets in the chance to win the meet find money, we might be seeing a different winner competing up against Cameron Ridge.
I agree,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, and I gotta wonder too that contact she had with Indelicato earlier too. She's had a claw and scratch and fight for every position she's had out here tonight. You see Braxton DeWeese a lap down, and we've seen him on pit road early on in the going. But every position as we get wind down now, 7 laps to go. That might have just ramped up her aggressive driving there a little bit, just trying to make sure she got in the top 10.
Third place.
Oh, Bracey!
Ooh.
We seen him. He entered the corner, kind of kittywampus. They're almost overshot it, and it seems like he's sliding all over. He's gonna almost fall out of the top 10. He's gonna fall back in the 8th position. So now that battle too for Katie Roby and Joe Francis is now for that 5th and transfer position.
Yeah, and I mean, just saw him come into frame there. I mean, I know El Delgado had an issue earlier, but he's back inside the top 10 already. So he'd done a very good job of recovering. And I'm just looking through the names in this top 10. And there's some
How
stout.
about that? We haven't mentioned him really much tonight.
There's some stout names, but there's also some names in there I wouldn't expect. So these guys are getting after it.
Yeah, these guys definitely. And Ryan Lutz too, up 21 spots. Probably having the second best run here. Up 21 spots to that 14th position. But look at this battle here for that transfer spot between Joe Francis and Katie Roby. And Joe, you know, he's up one spot. He started back in the 6th position, up to 5th. He's usually a guy he's just smooth. He's calm. He's like a Terry Labonte, but Katie Roby's up through here. She's like Robbie Gordon right now, trying to fly through the field and get that transfer spot. And not far behind them is going to be DJ Weeks. He wants a shot at that $5 as well.
I'll say this. I'm enjoying watching Katie, and I hope the incident she had doesn't make her dial back her aggression. Because I think she can get by Joe Francis. I think it's going to have to be an aggressive move to do it, and I hope that she's still willing to do it after her mistake, because I think she
Oh yeah, and I think especially when you look maybe back on your relative or even somehow look at the standings while you're driving, seeing that Indelicado somewhat recovered, he's back in the top 10. Right now, you can't worry about that. Maybe half number 2 if you guys are around each other again, but right now you got to keep your eyes forward, battling for that 5th position. Nick Indelicado, he's in 9th, but Dallas Mayan right there, former teammate. Right there, pouncing, trying to get that 9th spot from Indelicado. So I wonder even if he got. Oh, Bracy around again! Oh, that looked like a hard hit.
I think he finally burnt the tires up. I think they're finally going.
Mm-hmm. He had a good run going. He was in top 3 there for most of the race, but kind of falling apart there for Bojo. And oh man, Dallas Mahan looking like a space alien with his VR headset. And Vic, I got to ask you a question here, if you're available.
Yeah.
Does Dallas always have that receding of a hairline?
Wow.
As long as I've known him.
That's what hats are for, Dallas. That's what I do. I just wear a hat.
Yeah, I was gonna say a bald guy can ask another bald guy that question. To be fair.
What hats?
I have a question for you now, Goody.
Yeah.
This is unrelated to anything that's going on.
Okay.
Okay. Are you going to the racetrack tomorrow night for the Lonnie Lou Memorial?
Oh, it is the Lonnie Lou Memorial. No, I'm not.
Oh.
I had other plans. I totally spaced it.
What are you doing tomorrow then? Jeez.
I'm going to the Merrill Fair since I am actually moving closer to your area a little bit. So I'll be able to go to the racetrack more next year for sure. But sending Merrill off with the bang, going to the Merrill Fair.
What's going on at the Merrill Fair?
Beer drinking.
Okay. I thought there was something entertaining.
I mean,
No.
beer
Well,
drinking not
I'll have a
No.
good time.
yeah, sure. I know, it's a
Yeah.
lot better than I'll be doing. I mean, football season's back in full swing, and some high school football starts tomorrow night, so I think I'm going to take my little man out to watch his first live football game.
Oh,
Wait.
heck yeah.
Wait. Now I have a question. You're gonna actually you're gonna be one of those weirdos that goes to a high school football game with absolutely nobody there that you know playing?
There's a couple
That's pretty
reasons.
weird.
One
It's
is
pretty weird.
Can I finish?
No.
Hey now.
No.
My mother is taking up tickets for the game, and my father will be there. And like I said, it's more to take my 6-year-old to watch some football than it is for me to go watch football.
I think that's where I would say it's not weird.
Right.
It's taking your kid to a game.
If I'm picking the game, I'm going to go to a Clemson football game. That's a little bit more expensive.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because so you're in North Carolina, right? Yeah.
I'm right across the border in South Carolina.
South Carolina. So even if you went to maybe the only other option would be maybe a preseason Panthers game, which probably
We're not Panthers.
well, you'd never even go just to go.
No, I would go. I definitely want to see a live NFL game.
I live.
To be completely honest, being down here, and a lot of guys who hopefully are listening to this can agree, is when you live down here in the South or around here where there's not a lot of pro teams. I mean, the Panthers are somewhat newish to the NFL in the grand scheme of things. Everything down here is college football.
Oh, yeah.
You're in the Southeast, everything's college football. So that's really the only thing that matters to me. The only reason I've actually got into the NFL lately is doing some fantasy football stuff with some friends. Actually, in a couple weeks, I'll be broadcasting and fantasy football drafting at the same time. So we're going to see how that's going to go that night. But I have won 2 years in a row, so I'm going to try to get.
You know what could help you with your fantasy drafts? Bite-sized sports. I bet you they'll give you a lot of good information.
I bet they would. I bet this Talking Giants would too.
Yeah, I mean, well, if there's some good Giants, maybe Barkley or I don't know about Daniel Jones yet. But Talking Giants probably would keep you up to date. But those guys at Bite-sized Sports, they're always up to date. Although they still need a Packers insider. I'm willing to come on there and voice my opinion.
We won't make this a football show, but I do have one question for you. Since it is draft time, you always try to get that steal. Is Jordan Love worth taking?
I would if you
because the points you get for quarterbacks doing rushing touchdowns is
yeah, that would be. I think if you need a good backup quarterback, Jordan Love might be a good sleeper as your backup quarterback. That's okay. I think where I lean towards Jordan Love.
Football talk over.
Football talk over. Vic, you can now unplug your ears. But Cameron Rich still holding on, 25-second lead over Damian Leininger. Zach Rogers, again, a guy we haven't mentioned a whole heck of a lot. Again, filling in for Jordan Tarble, bring that 39 car up in that third position. He got that name last season as the super sub, and he's continuing to hold that true tonight. And you know what? He's got that old school Robbie Gordon paint scheme he always brings out, and perfect to bring it out here at Montreal. Was it Montreal him and Ambrose got together? What track was that?
But I do know.
Yes.
It was okay. It was here. Okay.
Zach Rogers is notification time to find out he was even racing tonight was very short, from what I understand. So he's doing this on very short notice.
Yeah, and it seems like he's very familiar with this course, having one hell of a drive and running pretty quick laps to boot. As I believe now he has the second fastest time of the night here, as we're down to 3 laps to go. Cameron Rich, I think all he's got to do is just keep her pointed straight and try to catch it up with some lap traffic, trying to stay clear of that, and it should be all his. But one thing I was kind of noticing, this battle between Katie Roby and Joe Francis, it's still pretty close, but nothing doing yet. And Cooper Johnson, oh wow.
I mean, 4th through 8th are on the same straightaway. 4th through 8th are, let's see, 3 seconds.
Katie, oh no! She stayed aggressive and locked up the rear tires. Oh no, brings it to Braxton DeWeese, but she stayed. Wow, that was a hell of a save.
And that just put Nick Delicado into the transfer spot.
Wow, how things kind of turn there. And you know, we were talking to Dusty Dewar. He said under braking can be challenging, and it looked like she did not change her aggression level here too, as she was trying to get by Joe Francis for that transfer spot.
Oh, she got in the grass.
Yep. And that's
like she wanted to do a little wide arc into that corner and just get a little too wide.
Yep. And good job by both Braxton and Katie for not going around there.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse than it was. It's like everybody got going pretty well.
What's up with her? Did she mess up her gauges there? Whoa! And both of those guys too did a pretty good job. Both Joe and Katie did a good job of. Man, oh man, look at the wheels. Look at her fans just freaking out there.
Did you see look like DJ like gassed up and tried to get away from it? DJ about lost it trying to drive away from them.
Yeah, so a lot of craziness going on, and you know, now with all that going on, Nick Delicado's moved up to the 4th spot. Oh, it's good daddy. What's going on?
He can drink now. He's happy.
He's having the time of his life.
Yeah, you can't drink when you're on the lead lap, but now he's good to go.
And someone explained to me how Delicado does this. I mean, we literally watched him get dumped, and now he's back in the fourth.
Yeah, and he's definitely just I think keeping it smooth. I think it almost seems like the mindset he had was just salvaging that top 10. Obviously, yeah, we are on the white flag lap here, and just salvaging the night, and things go wrong ahead of him. He was able to capitalize, put himself in the right position, and now he's going to be. Wow. Did Rich just run the fastest lap going to the white flag? No.
I tell you what, he could pull. He could
No, he
pull
did
over
not.
right now and do. He could pull
Okay.
over right now and do pre-celebratory donuts, and they still wouldn't catch him.
Okay, no. I just heard OSCA Daddy say something over the driver's shot. I thought he said it was his fastest lap, but anyway, he's just got a couple more corners to go to take the win here in half number 1. There's Adam Tepe. He's got a pretty beat up race car. Where's he scored right now? Back in the 21st position, 1 lap down. 16 cars right now running on the lead lap. With all that mayhem, how about James Watson in the 43 breaking his way into the top 10 as well? But right now, no pressure for that 29 car. He's got a couple more corners to go. He can stay right behind that 14 car of Alex Greats, going around that hairpin for the final time. He's just got a couple chicanes to go, and he'll take half number 1.
Dominant.
Yeah, now he's got to do it from the fifth spot,
The one
which
corner left.
you know he can do it. Well, yeah, if he gets don't overbrake going into this final chicane here.
Like I said, I think he could stop and do donuts and still wouldn't catch him.
Yeah, that's probably true. As Cam goes through it, just nice and smooth. Gets on the loud pedal. Just a little bit farther. I always get that first line always messes me up. But Cameron Rich is going to take half number 1 of the Bite Size Sports 136K. We're going to have to wait a long time before we get Damian Leininger.
Who's going to get the transfer spot?
Looks like I think Cooper's got it pretty well in hand. He's got oh no, he's got Joe Francis right on his tail. That could be an interesting one coming to the line. Oh, Zach Rogers. Oh, man, that thing turned sharp there.
Here's your battle.
Here's a battle for that transfer spot. Does Joe have anything left to say? Oh, he jumps the curb. Both of them. I don't think he's going to get a good enough run. Cooper Johnson looks like he'll hang on to that transfer spot. He'll be starting on the pole here for half number 2.
That is a very big deal.
And yeah, and how about Nick Indelicado? He'll be starting in that 3rd spot, up 11 spots, worked his way past Zach Rogers as they crossed the line. How about that? Who is that, Cam?
I gotta bring the backup car out.
Man, did you?
Yeah.
I hope his backup car is just as good as the primary there, as it's the museum piece over there in that runoff lane. And Ryan Lutz, I believe he's just about to cross the line, and he'll come home 14th, up 21 spots. He'll have a little bit less traffic to go through in half number 2. Expect him to make some noise in the top 10. So there we do have half number 1 in the books. I do see a lot of guys manually disconnected. I was hoping to see more guys come back in. I'd have to take a peek. Dave Carpenter,
Donut over.
Dylan Thomas.
I mean, these races do take a lot out of you. I mean, they're stressful, they're physically demanding, and when you're not having a good night, it's real easy to get discouraged. I mean, I know me personally, my left foot hates me when we leave these things because we don't left foot brake in real life, and when you do it on here for 45 straight minutes, a lot.
Yeah, and that's where, like, it sounds weird, you know, racing virtual race cars and saying how taxing these can be physically, and especially if, depending on what wheel you have, how much force feedback you run, your arms are tired, your feet are tired from left foot braking. I know I always make the mistake, even if I'm doing good all night long, at least keeping her between the ditches, keeping that same brake pressure, just because it's hard to be consistent like that every single lap. And it can definitely be a taxing one. As you see the half 1 results, Cameron Rich again the winner, and with Damian Leininger 2nd, Indelicado 3rd, Cooper Johnson 4th, and Joe Francis rounding out your top 5. But a quiet night there too for DJ Weeks. I feel like he didn't make a lot of noise. He was just kind of lurking there the whole time. He might be one to watch out for as well. Katie Roby ends up in that 7th position. Let's see what she could do here in half number 2. Dallas Myhand kind of played that same role as DJ, just kind of kept his minded his P's and Q's. Got a nice solid top 10. James Watson kind of lurked in there late as well. And of course, Gilberto Javier Gomero rounding out your top 10. Doing it for the brand Miss Goodies Goodies. Love to see it. Look through the rest of the running order. Some bad luck for some of these guys.
Feel bad for Ray Bracey.
Yeah.
I think those spins just decided to take too much on the tires. Ryan Lutz did a really good job driving up to 13th. I think he's easily going for a top 10 in the second half. Same thing with Zach Rogers. Kynan did not make as much noise as I thought he would, but he did have a little bit of damage, so he'll get a reset. And it looks like let's see who we got starting in the back this time.
I would even like, yeah, Braxton DeWeese, he might make some noise. Ty McIntosh, maybe not known for his road course paralysis, but I know that he can be a lot better than that 23rd position that he ended up being. And miles ahead, our mystery driver,
Right.
he'll be
Do we have a
starting
hint?
in the back. Yeah, do we get a hint here?
Yeah, the guy's always a championship contender.
Oh, talk about a half-baked.
You want another hint? I got you.
Yes.
I got you.
Can you just tell us we're right?
He's raced for multiple teams. He's always had problems with shift, as long as I can remember.
Oh, I got it. I nailed it.
Yeah.
He's been a part of a championship team, and he's won races for multiple teams. There's all your hints for the night.
Goody, you nailed it, dude.
You did.
I nailed it from
Hey.
beyond the. Wow.
Can we
and
talk about how much Vic threw us off on purpose? Like, off air, dropping names on like he was doing it on accident, like doing everything he could to make sure we didn't get this.
you know what was weird is because I thought it was Johnny Eckert. 100%. I went with Kian because, as they always say, Dwight will tell you, it's not who you most suspect, it's not who you least suspect, it's who you most medium suspect, and that was Kian Rally for me.
I cannot believe he put that much effort throwing us off. Well done, Vic. Well,
I got. Oh, wait. Next week I got like all the effort that I have to put into it because I got next week's driver already lined up, and like getting you guys not to get it first shot is gonna be incredibly hard.
Again, this week was probably better than you thought. I literally went with that just because I could have swore I would have bet the farm it was Johnny Eckert. I just wanted to be different.
Johnny doesn't like me.
Johnny doesn't like you.
No, I told him I didn't want him back, so he doesn't like me anymore.
But did he want to come back full time, or is that what you're denying us?
Anyway, it's time for picks. I don't want to talk about it. I get to pick first. Who's gonna finish last?
we're pretty close.
I was pretty close, wasn't I? I'm gonna go for somebody that's actually here though, because I could easily cheap shot this, and I'm not going to. So I think I think we're gonna go with the person that I want to pick least, and that's Tim. I love Tim, but he's definitely not gonna win this.
That's fair.
Peeler, you get next.
Oh, I'm next. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go starting at the front. He did a good job driving back. Let's go Katie Roby. Give me some Katie.
Oh man, you're teasing us there.
And Matt is next.
Like that? I learned that from
yeah.
Vic.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Love that. I think that's hilarious. Matt's next, and his number one pick for half two is for some reason, and I feel for him because I don't think this should be his pick, but the 27 is his pick.
Oh wow.
Goody, you're next.
Oh, it's Daniel Cherry.
Inexperience, yeah.
Yeah. No comment to that one, but since Peeler took my pick here, oh man, and I want to save some of these guys, I'm gonna go. Man,
I'm not gonna say that you should go with if you're trying to win, the pole sitter won half one. I'm just gonna say.
Right. But,
Bracing. Bracing.
Yeah,
You picked Bracy in half one
I
already.
picked
Oh,
Bracy
that's
in
right.
half one.
That's right.
We can pick him in
Yeah.
half too, but then
It'd be kind of wasting that 7 car. But I'm gonna go off the cuff. I'm gonna go with Joe Francis in that 25 car.
Good pick.
There you go. Carlos, you want Cameron Rich again, right?
Well, here's the thing, though. I really gotta be saving Cameron Rich for the future. He's starting off 5th. the pole sitter won half one, and of course the pole sitter in here has already been picked. That being said, I'm saving my Cameron Rich pick for another day. I'm gonna pick Nick and Delicato.
There you go.
Ooh.
Yeah, I wanted to save him. I thought about it.
I seriously did too, and another one even on the outside, Cooper Johnson.
By the way, we're gonna go green this time, so like
Okay,
it'll just go down this backstretch and then they'll go green.
So
I'm gonna let the drivers know.
Looking at the lineup there here for half number 2. Again, 25 more laps here for half number 2, and I believe, did we have most everyone come? I believe I was happy to see Gavin Hibbs out there. But
I'm calling it now. First lap or two will be way more chaotic than last.
yeah, I could definitely see that, and it might be a lot more aggression for some of these guys to stay ahead of Cameron Rich to see if he can work his way through the field. Indelicato too. Now that he's got clean track, he's only got the leader in front of him on this restart. He's got his teammate, so it should be a fun battle. Will we see a refresh or a restart? I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but between that rivalry between Shifts and South Shore, could be interesting.
That'd be juicy.
Yeah, it could be juicy right on the front row here.
Need
half
some more
number
OSCA
2.
rivalries.
Yeah, well, Joe Francis wasn't part of that rivalry last season too, so they got some new players, new faces for each of these teams. That's what I thought it was interesting with Gavin Hibbs in that 95 car for Shift. I was surprised that they took an old South Shore number. Maybe that was just to keep that rivalry alive here for half number 2, or season 2. I'd say half number 2. My bad.
That's some deep thinking, Goody.
Man, I am thinking
Deep thought.
next level thinking.
The mind games.
So if I'm correct, our mystery, not so mystery anymore, Kean Rally, not starting the race, or is he on pit road? Neil Rutt.
No, he's not
believe
even
not.
on the track.
No, so only 33 cars taking the grid, and we'll be starting relatively shortly as they have to go through the hairpin corner and I don't know where are they on track? No, they're gonna take green right.
Yeah, right now.
Right now. Right now. We're way farther than where I thought they were. And green flag is out. Joe Francis leads the charge here for half number 2. We've seen that outside line get this good run here through these first couple corners and see if Cooper Johnson can take that over. Oh, he makes a look. Joe Francis swings it wide. I think Cooper Johnson's going to have a good chance here going into the next corner.
That outside
Cooper
line
Johnson
just
is
has
the
that
leader.
preferred line coming through this next set of corners. I mean, look, even Damien's going to clear, so.
Yeah, Joe
Definitely
Francis
there's an
falls back to
advantage there.
third. Yeah, it's probably one of the few tracks where starting on pole is maybe not the best position. As Damien now, he did the same thing in half number 1, moves up in that second spot, only has to chase down Cooper Johnson. And Cameron Rich, we've seen him play pretty safe too, to start off the race when Damien got ahead of him. Let's see how safe he gets through the field now.
This is what we wanted to see, though. Katie Roby is on Cameron Rich's bumper. If we think Katie Roby has the pace to run Cameron Rich, is exactly what we see. And then it kind of goes around. It's off track.
Kato, another spin, and he's going to lose a lot of track position here. He's trying to burn it around, but he's going to fall all the way back to the tail end of the field here. I think once he gets going, man, he's still dropping spot. He's in 30th. He went from 3rd to 30th with that spin here this early on in the going.
I should have gone with Cam.
Here. Oh,
clip the grass.
Yep, that grass is your worst enemy. Doesn't look like he hit anything, so he's going to try to make some moves to work his way back up, but definitely an uphill battle now for Nick Indelicato. So, again, a good half number 1 here for Indelicato to get that 3rd place, but so far this season, it's been a pretty rocky start for a defending champion.
Oh, leader goes
I think
wide.
you'll be okay.
What's that? What did you say, Carlos?
Leader went wide a little bit for recovery.
Oh, he did. I think he's digging it pretty hard. He knows he's got to make a big of a gap as he can to the guys behind him. Let's see See if he can take advantage of this track position. Cooper Johnson staying right there, only about a half a second back of Damian Leininger. With that, Katie Roby now in that top 5. She's already up 2 spots after that Indelicato spin. So we'll see. Like, what do you do if you're Katie? I mean, you know, they're teammates here tonight, but again, she's in that part-time role, so you know she's out here checkers or wreckers, and man, I was gonna say, is she gonna follow her teammate to the front? But man, she was gaining quite a bit of time there.
If I'm her, it's to just follow. In my opinion, I think you just gotta follow Cam through. I think you follow Cam through, you won't burn your stuff up as much as you will trying to get by him. So if you could just follow him through, follow him to the front, and then race it out.
Or not.
Oh, his camera gets loose.
And now, yeah, he's got to lose the spot now, falling back to 5th. Katie Roby up into the 4th position, so now she's in the catbird seat for RK Motorsports, and wow, this is the closest she's been to the lead, and again running very quick laps in half number 1. Wow, these guys are jumping those curves. Oh, I didn't realize how close they get to that wall. Oh, in the grass. Cam is going to go back around to get into that 4th spot. So now it's all right in the world for RK Motorsports, maybe?
I don't know. My idea is valid now. It's not ruined. So
yeah, the things change that quickly here. It's interesting. That's Cooper Johnson right now, the fastest car on track. Or fastest lap here so far early on in the going, the first couple laps here of half number 2 of the Bite Size Sports 136. Man, you still see a lot of these guys just off the corner, just losing that rear end just a little bit. And man, these guys out of shape. Cameron Rich, we didn't see him got anything get sideways in half number 1 at all.
These cars make grip, obviously, but then they get to a certain limit and it's just gone. It's a very fine line that you have to run on how they're wheeling these cars.
Yeah, the wheeling. Even look at the hand movement there for Cameron Rich inside his Chevrolet right now. And even this hairpin, while making a deep run on the outside of Joe Francis. Is he going to get the spot? Oh, Joe's sideways. And he's going to lose a couple spots. He's going to fall out back to the 5th as Katie Roby gets around as well. But you can see how much hand movement you got to take. I think if we were driving, back when we ran Xfinity cars, even the newer version of this Gen 6 car, how much smoother you could be on these road courses. Man, look at the hand movement there, just trying to get through that chicane. They're wheeling these things.
And it's this way through the field. I mean, I know we're looking at the fast guys, but even the guys that are noticeably slower and are out there, they're wheeling it just as hard. It's not an easy car to drive, whether you're top 3 speed or you're 29th. I mean, it is a handful no matter where you're at.
Yeah, and again, throttle control. Oh, Cameron in the grass again, able to hang on to it, but definitely a lot more work for half number 1 winner to work his way up to the field than maybe he initially thought. As Cooper Johnson, Damian Leininger, I don't believe he was in the 142s in half number 1, and this time Damian Leininger with a 142.591 as his best lap. Cameron Rich has ran the fastest lap, but I think that gap between him and the rest of the field has definitely closed quite a bit.
I think it's that, and I think clean track is key. I mean, Damian's getting to run his rhythm, his race, take the corners the way he wants to take them. Everybody else is having all these other cars around and can't really make the corners the exact way they want to, and it really does help for the leader to be able to drive how they want to drive.
Yeah, and I think for Damian, he's hoping that 91 car of Cooper Johnson can hold Cameron Riches at bay for as long as he possibly can. As you look at the 3Y TV multi-cam, battle a little further back in the pack is, again, that hometown boy, Robert Hill Jr. Glad to see him back out here in OSCA competition, having a little bit of a rough night back in the 24th spot. But Thomas Capuano, who just got around him for the 23rd spot, up 10 positions already, starting back in 33rd. So moving on up there for the 21 car of Capuano. And hey, look at your car while it still has a front bumper.
Mine doesn't.
It might not for long. Dylan Thomas
Oh!
wheeling that.
Oh,
Oh, who was that? Oh,
Gilberto.
Gilberto! Mama, I'm sorry, Gilberto. I'm sorry too. Doesn't look like his car's in bad shape. We'll see what happened. He jumped the curb, I wonder. Going through, yep. Jumped the curb, got a little high, got on the grass, and yep.
What
Did a
happened
good
to
job
Katie,
not hitting
but
anything.
Katie held on to it.
did a
Yeah,
very
that's-
good job not hitting anything.
Yeah, I think just gassing it up too much beans when you're on the grass. They're grass and beans don't mix. No man,
Okay.
Darren Staff, what a rough night for him. He's got no front bumper already, back in the 29th position.
I'm being shown he was
Like he's-
about in a crash, but it looks like it may have been mistriggered. My telemetry software, so I apologize for that.
It's like he's been practicing. For
Second, here we go.
Oh, here comes Cameron Rich. He's working his way up through the field.
See, Katie needs to make this pass too. If Katie wants a chance to race him, she's got to get by Cooper in the next lap or got to get by Cooper in the next lap because Cameron is going to run off and leave this group if she can't get by.
Yeah, and they're running. Oh, no, I can't see it. Running pretty similar lap times between her and Cameron Rich. Why can't I see that now? Oh, I'm
here,
hitting
let
the
me
wrong
show it to
button.
you.
That's why. Oh, there we go. Actually, last lap, Cameron Rich. Or last lap, no, it was a little bit better for Katie, but yeah, now she has Cooper Johnson in between her and her teammate Cameron Rich, so it'll be interesting to see if she can make quick work and Cameron Rich see if he can close that gap. Well, it's 1.8 seconds back to Damian Leininger before they went through the chicane there. Oh boy, see how, man, we see how fast Katie's been all night. We see how hard these guys are driving.
Ooh,
through
little
these
contact.
corners. Oh!
He drives so
Cooper.
hard. I don't think there's anybody out here driving.
Yeah, she is. She is trying to work, and I think more front end damage for Katie Roby in that third spot. And Cameron definitely is closing in on the 12 car of Damian Leininger. And we do have. I do want to mention Gavin Hibbs back out on the racetrack, up 11 spots into 23rd. We've seen him. He had top 5 speed before he got wrecked out on lap number 9 and half number 1. Let's see what
Katie
he can
has
do
gotten
before
by
that.
Cooper.
Oh, so okay, that's going to be interesting here.
Look
There
at
you
Lutz.
see.
Lutz is finally in the top 10.
Yeah, Lutz, he did a lot of work to work himself just outside the top 10 and half number 1. Now we can see what he can do with the field a little bit closer. But man, these fast guys are pulling away, and Cameron is closing in on Damian quickly. Oh man, I thought he had internet troubles there for the 12 car. Leading the first couple laps here of half number 2 of the Bite Size Sports 136.
I
Man,
will
oh,
say,
man.
I think the 2 prettiest cars in the field are running one.
Yeah,
That's my opinion, but the 2 prettiest cars in those are running one.
I don't know. The guy's running back at 20th. We find Zach Evans.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, at the old Dick Trickle scheme. That's a beautiful one. How about Matthew's pick too? Nathaniel Cherry. You kind of question that pick, but he's up to 13th, up 4
He almost
spots.
just got murdered into the final chicane. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Who's that? B5 or Nathaniel?
No. The 27 almost got murdered into the final chicane
no.
last lap.
Oh boy. Oh, is that what I've heard some?
Yeah, I told
pleasantries.
Kynan top job for not killing him.
No, yeah. But the pleasantries were still shared after that little incident. But Adam, I gotta wonder too. We do see Cameron closing that gap. You see the timing there. He's watching the onboard of old Mr. White Gloves, Zach Evans.
Watching SRX in the background.
Oh yeah. What track is that this week? It's down Eldora, is it? No, it's last.
Ryan Newman won the championship in SRX.
It's already official?
Oh,
Yep.
I'm
They put it on
sorry.
Twitter.
heck yeah.
I'm sitting here watching Zach, and I'm thinking to myself, if there's one time that I really wish I had gloves, it's a rope.
Oh yeah.
I get it.
Before we get off the topic of SRX, we should bring up somebody that's sponsored by a company that has the name Dirt in their name. The Far Holler Dirt number 89
Oh.
driver, Ty McIntosh.
Yeah,
Where is
he's
he?
he's in interview waiting. Oh, I apologize.
Nice.
He's actually
He's
are
out of
you
the race.
on? He's off track. Ty, what happened here early on in the go? Man, you had a rough night tonight.
Yeah, first race, Alex just made a mistake on the braking, and there's not really much I can do there. I'm not even mad at him for that, honestly. The car looked like a modified, but it still did pretty good. We got 23rd, and the second race kind of started off the same way, except it was me that made a mistake in the braking entering turn 1 and almost killed half the field, but we're good. We didn't. Unfortunately, it was just a couple self-mistakes, and then Gavin had nowhere to go, really, when he hit me, and we kind of got into it there, but... yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's as I depicted last week. The guy going down the road on the bike with the TV. So,
Hey, yeah, you did call your shot, but next week we go to Milwaukee, and again might be a little bit different with these high horsepower Gen 6 cars. Any looking in the crystal ball for next week?
I definitely feel like it's going to be more of a track for me. These cars. I struggled under braking here, but I feel like one of my strengths at Indy was getting the car slowed down under the brakes in corners that were only left-handers. So I feel like that's going to be a strength for me. It's a weird track combo. I seem to do really good with that for some reason. So I'm pretty comfortable going into next week.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun as we see that battle for the lead heating up too, with Cameron Rich getting close to that back bumper of Damian Leininger. But are we going to see you back out there trying to salvage some points here?
Honestly, I don't know. The car was pretty bad. I tried to take back off. I tried to take back off and the car crab walked. So.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a rough night. But yeah, hopefully we'll see you back here, and we'll talk to you under great circumstances one of these times. I'm telling you, if you didn't have bad luck, you wouldn't have any luck at all here. But hopefully we'll see you back next week. Before we send you off, any shoutouts you want to give?
Streaming Creations, we're running the Farla Dirt car this week, but they're still in the car. Go check out. I heard we got candles now, so check those out. Farla Dirt, as always, gonna actually be hanging out with them next month in Bristol. So if you're coming out to Bristol, be sure to stop by. Vic for making the paint, you guys for commentating and putting on the show. So we appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, Ty. And I feel like checkered flags in your future at Milwaukee. Eat some cheese curds and you'll be ready to go.
I gotta become a native of Wisconsin or something. Gotta get my citizenship, I guess.
Yeah,
Hey,
just drink some PBR, you'll be fine.
Quick note on that, I actually do get to meet Ty in person at Bristol at the Fahala Dirt setup, so I am looking forward to that. So if anybody else is going to be there, I will be there as well. So get a little OSCA reunion together at the
Yes,
Fahala
sir.
Dirt.
Heck yeah, that should be awesome. You guys better tweet it. So we
I have a question. I have a question about this, and then we can wrap this part up. Adam, are you gonna shave your head for that, or?
I wish. I want to shave my head. I like my hair short, but I would think, you said something about tweeting it. We could do a little 30-minute, if the service is good, live on Twitch when we meet Ty and answer some questions. So
Should ask him the type of question we asked pre-race.
No, we're good on that.
No, not here.
know. Actually, I'm pretty sure I'll be drunk, so it'll probably.
Yeah, it'll come up.
It'll come up. Oh boy. Well, thanks again for joining us, Ty, and hopefully we'll be talking to you next week at Milwaukee.
I appreciate it.
You bet. Ty McIntosh, driver of the number 89, out of the race here tonight. And having a rough one, though, but he'll be looking to bounce back next week at Milwaukee. And there you see old OSCA Daddy wheeling the thing in his space-age driver's suit. That's got to be really hard to drink and drive with that thing on. But just before, while we were talking to Ty there, too, we did see Damian Leininger with that time penalty trying his damnedest to hold off the Cameron Rich, but it didn't work out too well for him.
No, I think he just kind of cooked it, missed the corner a little bit. I have been watching some times, and now I will say this: when Cameron got by Damian, there was a 9-second gap back to Katie. She's cut that to under 8 seconds now, so I think she still has the pace to run with him. Just gotta watch and see. Oh no, live we get. To see
man,
that guy.
He's dizzy. I hope he didn't drink too much during the intermission there, where he's gonna get a little too dizzy, but. He gets back going, but there's some heavy damage in front of that 35 Weekend Woodsman Chevrolet.
But I
have
actually
two
like
people
that.
who's gonna
That is a live clip to show people how much that wheel will jerk around when you wreck. So I'm actually kind of glad we caught that live.
Yeah. Oh man.
Tim, so what happened?
I don't know. It just freaking snapped, and I was nowhere near ready for
Driver run out of talent.
Well,
it. This entire freaking night, yes.
we had your live face cam up when you did it, so everybody got to see it.
Yeah.
Great. And I'm like, holy shit.
So I gotta ask you, I hope you didn't have too many drinks during the intermission too. Are you dizzy? Are you okay?
No, I'm good. Slightly concussed, but other than that, I'm okay.
I don't think you have the proper equipment for that though either.
No, absolutely not.
I have a question. When are we gonna get Ben in the background on the OSCA broadcast?
You haven't heard him yet?
No, we're watching you. I want to see him in the background, up and down, on his hand.
Benjamin, come here. They want you on OSCA broadcast.
You're gonna be famous. Get over
You're gonna be famous. Get on 3Y TV in front of the amazing camera.
You're a redhead. Everybody will love you.
Oh, no head.
Hello.
Oh, there we go.
Hi. Support this guy.
Support this guy.
Love you, Ben.
Oh, the engine!
Oh, perfect timing in a blaze of
Great.
glory.
There we go.
Oh.
Cheers, boys.
Hey, have a drink for me there too.
That could not have went any better. I'm so happy.
Also,
right now.
he wasn't.
No,
You weren't even stopped. You had the drink in hand. Man, you're good at what you do.
dude, you gotta be prepared.
Yeah. Oh, we have another car right behind Damien.
Oh,
That
Katie
was
Roby messed up.
Tim,
one
I
of the
gotta,
corners.
Tim, I gotta thank you for doing that. You know, I picked you here because I really wanted to finish last, so thank you.
I heard. Thankfully, Caden ducked out before I blew up.
Oh.
Well, you're not gonna finish
Probably
last
should've
anyway.
not.
There's a few people that you're not gonna finish behind, but it's.
Landing repair
No,
road.
maybe I'll get a new motor and I'll turn a couple more laps.
I don't think we have 30 minutes left on this race, sure.
Yeah, hopefully we don't have 30 minutes. We do see Damien going down pit road, starting that pit cycle, trying to get whatever advantage he can on our leader, Cameron Rich, who is, again, pulling away a 10-second gap back right now to second place, Katie Roby.
I want to mention something. In the first half, Cameron Rich, comfortable lead around 8 seconds, goes to pit road, has an 18-second pit stop to this day. I do not know why, and lost half of that to the second place driver. So when he came out back on track, it was about 4 seconds ahead. If that happens again, Cameron Rich may not have that same type of luxury, since Katie Roby is really fast, and in some cases a little bit faster than Cameron Rich.
Yeah, and maybe he was allowed that little grace. Maybe just keeping it, because I believe isn't it like a weird? It's set up for kilometers per hour, and then the conversion to miles per hour generally it's like 37 miles an hour. It's some weird number, I believe here. So maybe he was just not comfortable with that, and maybe kept it like 35 and lost a little bit of time on pit road. But he might have to be on the chip a little
pit
bit.
road speed
getting
is,
off pit
is
road.
50 miles per hour, right?
Is it 50?
Literally, you can look at the info on Iris.
You talk about how technical this is, and it's kilometers. It's just 50 miles an hour. Leader pit road.
I thought-
Cooper. I was gonna say Cooper Johnson had a big moment while y'all were discussing that. Cooper missed the back chicane. He missed both corners. Kind of slid all through the grass, and it slid through the first corner. Kind of got to gather back up and got back on track after the second piece of the chicane. But he's on pit road now. Get him some new tires. But he only fell back to, let's see, 7th. I think it'll be okay. It was a big moment.
You know, one other thing to note too, Ryan Lutz back in that 12th position. He was up in the top 10, so he's still up one spot from where he started, but must have got a little crazy there as he's now outside that top 10. But Braxton DeWeese up into that top 10, and see him on pit road along with a lot of others as Ray Bracey is taking over that top spot. And we've seen how fast he was in half number 1 until it kind of unraveled for him late and got that late spin. But trying to at least lead a lap here before he ducks down on a pit road.
Maybe he's thinking it went so bad last time because the tires were warm. Maybe he wants to run long this time and then have the fresher tires towards the end, so he won't have that issue again.
I'm not gonna say I never use that strategy, because I certainly have done that as well. As Adam Tepe now dives down pit road, and just looking at the gaps coming off pit road, Damian Leininger only 4 seconds back. Katie Roby, is that right? No, she's going to be a little farther back than Cameron Rich than I thought. So once that cycles through, I'm trying to do math, about 12 seconds back between her and Cameron Rich and Katie Roby. Yep, there's
I think
math.
Leininger
and
may have
Matt
gone
going well.
past Roby as well, actually.
Yeah,
That's
so
fine.
he had a real good pit stop for the 12 car.
But Damian's good on the short run. I mean, we've seen it in the first half, and we saw it at the beginning of this race. Damian is very good on the short run. So, I mean, he possibly could run Cameron down and give him a little bit of pressure if he's got the car to do it.
You know, it just realized, this just going around that corner, that you have the 29 and the 92 like inverted numbers.
Yeah.
Just hit me there. Yeah.
Last
just hit me.
season, the 29 for RKM was the part-time car, and Katie drove the 29 a couple times. And then this year, Cameron Rich went full-time and decided to take the 29. But now we need a number for the back for our temporary car, and so we assigned the number 92 since it's the inverse.
I like it. I like the inverse numbers there. As there you see James Watson. Oh, what's that?
If it's anything about the team, it's continuity. You got the 15, the 45, and then the 29, and then the 92.
No, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, you know, teams got to try to do. I kind of like when teams try to keep the
54.
continuity there.
Oh,
I love your
Shane
number fonts.
goes
I love the
around.
number fonts.
I was just gonna say I want to see a yellow card number win, and then Shane.
Yep.
Do love my yellow card. Okay.
That's it.
Oh, 82
Oh,
around.
and there was Isabella back in the 15th spot. He might lose a couple more. Trying to quickly back up, get off.
Oh, too much.
Make it
Hits the
legal.
wall.
Just eke one out the back end.
And see if he can whip it around, and he'll only lose a couple more spots after that. He'll be back in 18th once he rejoins the racetrack. Right now, Ray Bracey's still staying out on the race course. Still our race leader with 12
Nope,
laps
nope.
to go. We will know. Oh, nope, never mind. Never mind. Here comes Bojo. Down pit road getting his fresh rubber and fuel.
And Watson as well.
At Watson. Oh, yeah, that's why I thought he was going a lap down, but yeah, he was staying out. I didn't even see his name on the leaderboard there. My bad. My bad.
Such faith in the 43 that you have.
You're right. Right. I mean, he had a good, solid top 10 run in half number one. I don't know why I overlooked him there, but again, that gap now back to Damian Leininger, 5 seconds. So we'll see if that gap closes, and I believe Katie too looking pretty stout. And she now does have the fastest lap of the night, all night, with a 141.453. And not only did she beat it, she shattered it. I think Cameron Rich just ran his best lap of a
Same lap.
142.05. Wow, these guys are picking it up and they are putting it down. But let's see if Katie, it's 11 laps to go. She's 10 seconds back. It might take a mistake from Cameron Rich for her to close that gap.
I mean, she's fast. We've been talking about it all night. I think she's gonna be there. The biggest attaboy I've got is to Damian at this point. I mean, he's run well all night, and I really did not expect him to stay there in second. I thought Katie would get by him and be done, but I'm really impressed with how Damian.
Yeah, and he had a pretty good half number one as well, finishing in that top 5. And hanging on pretty strong there as well as some of these other guys. DJ Weeks again, kind of quietly having another solid run here in that 5th position. Ryan Lutz behind him now. He did get, I guess that was pit cycles there too, that he was outside the top 10, now back up into the 6th spot. And Ray Bracey, after he got back on pit road, might lose another spot there. And once he gets going, maybe get those tires warmed up. He's going to try to work his way back around Dallas Myhan as they battle it out for that 7th spot.
Who's our? I don't have the stats up. Who's our biggest mover in this half?
In this half,
Right now,
Gavin Gibbs.
Gavin, yep, starting in the back up to 16th, has pretty competitive fast lap times. Right now, he's with teammate Nick Indelicato. I guess a ways back. He's a ways back from almost 5 seconds back to Nick Indelicato. So seeing if he can catch his teammate who has worked his way back up into that 15th spot after that first lap 1 spin. Gavin Hibbs, again, we saw that trouble he had back on lap number 9 in half number 1.
This is a lot like the Indianapolis race that NASCAR had, I mean, this past weekend. Without any cautions, the way iRacing is with road courses, you can't make a mistake. I mean, it's the one time or the one kind of event where you have to be flawless or at least, you know, not necessarily trying to be fast, but just trying to be as perfect and as smooth as you can be, because one mistake, you really can't come back from it like you can. So, a little bit different of a beast.
Yeah, speaking of a different beast here, Damian Leininger, again, we just noted he was 5 seconds back, now 10 seconds back of Cameron Rich. What that means too, Katie Roby now only a little over a second
Boho,
behind
Cooper Johnson.
Oh no! Caution is out. A full field caution out on the racetrack. Our first one of the night. And again, it involves the 7 car of Ray Bracy and Cooper Johnson. And I believe Bracy has left the building or is off the racetrack. It must have been a heavy hit. We'll look at the 3-wide TV replay.
Wow.
Getting in it with Lutz. Oh man, and a hard hit for Cooper Johnson as well. Oh man, his car was destroyed. That was definitely worthy of a full field caution there, which, man, that's going to change everything here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they got another set of tires in the pits, if I'm not mistaken. And that puts, you know, unfortunately, Bracy was in the wreck, but I'm looking at James Watson. I mean, he hasn't been on his tires for 3 laps, maybe. So,
Oh, camera angle.
maybe he stays out and everybody else pits. I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen.
Did Bojo lose a right front tire? Because he looked like he was all kitty wampus there. That was crazy. He took a hard lick. But we'll see if any takers on pit road to get fresh tires. It'll be interesting. We've seen Cameron Rich. We've seen that tire fall off. Still 9 laps to go. So, I mean, even by the time I think the earliest we get restarted, 7 laps to go. Man, oh man, I don't know. What do you do here, Adam? I think it's gonna be interesting once we get to pit road once that opens up.
As a team owner, I don't like this.
I was gonna say that can't be. You got a guy in first and Katie in third. Man, that's got to be tough.
I don't want to be Cameron Rich right now, because I mean, I know if I was Damien, I would do whatever the opposite of him. So I really don't envy his decision, because I would just go opposite of the leader if I was Damien. So this would be interesting.
Could be a sitting duck for Cameron Rich. We'll see what happens here. Looks like Cam's showing that he's pitting, but it could be the old fake out. All right.
All right, Tim, I'll put the replay once we're done with pit stops again, since you missed it.
The anticipation as they come down this long stretch.
Yeah,
See who pits.
I was gonna say, did we miss the entrance pit road? Here we go.
Oh.
Cam.
Oh.
Nope.
Everybody's staying out.
Oh, does Lutz go in? No. Who went?
Whoa!
Down pit? Oh!
Cherry. The first.
Cooper. Yep, and everyone out back of him gonna go down pit road. Robert Hill staying out. Some of these guys did stretch their tires out a little bit longer, like you were saying, Watson. Some of these guys, Robert Hill, he hasn't caught in the field yet. But this is gonna be interesting to see what guys like Nick and Delgado, Kynan Jones, and Nathaniel Cherry can do. Gavin Hibbs down pit road as well. And that looks almost identical to what happened between Gibbs and was that the same part of the track between Gibbs and Bojo in half number 1?
Yes.
Similar corner, yeah.
Similar, very similar.
Hey, man, that thing is junk.
I think the Gibbs and the Boho was actually after the next corner going down to the hairpin, but it was the exact same kind of concept.
Yeah, just getting tight, guys just wanted to go in the lane. Oh man, Cooper Johnson nowhere to go, and he's got to have some motor problems there.
You're trying to carry as much momentum as you can through this section, because I mean the next corner is one of the main passing zones on the racetrack, so you're both trying to carry as much speed as you can. Kind of went for the same space.
Yep, and Unfortunately for that 7 car, he is going to be done here for the night here in half number 2. But now we have these, I think, was it first through about 7th or 8th that stayed on the racetrack. Nathaniel Cherry led him down pit road in 10th. They'll be the first guys on fresh rubber here on this restart. 8 laps to go.
Is there anybody you guys
Plenty
want
of
to talk to?
time.
Man, who could we talk to here?
What about Cherry? I want to hear what he's thinking being on new tires.
Yeah, yeah. Who's bringing him up? I'm bringing him up?
Yeah.
Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? He's got to be... Where? Is he in here? Oh, yeah. All right, we'll bring up Nathaniel Cherry. Nathaniel Cherry, this is the 3 wide TV booth. You got a copy?
I do.
All right, you were the guy who kind of led him down pit road. What are you feeling on this fresh rubber right now?
Just a chance to go to top 10. Had a really unlucky end to both halves last week. The first half this week, I made a big mistake, probably cost me a good finish. Kept it clean so far, and I feel like I've had the speed. So I know James also is pretty much fresh rubber, came in 2 laps before, but I know there's a couple up there that are going to be feeling it by the end of this race. Hopefully, we can pick a couple off.
Yeah, and you know, we don't see a lot of full field yellows on road courses. Are you expecting some maybe mayhem? You're going to have to get the quick feed on here once we get back going.
Oh, 100%. I mean, you saw both initial starts of the race from half 1 and half 2. I was in dead last pretty much for the start of half 1, and so I saw it all. I imagine we're not going to be playing nice in the sandbox. I'm going to do my best to keep it clean, though. I just want to get a good finish after last week and how this week started.
So yeah, you're calling it a dirty sandbox move here. So for these guys here on out, call your shot. Where you going to end up by the time everything's all said and done?
I'd love to finish 8th. I think I can get 8th.
We'll note that. But before we let you go, get focused for this restart. Any quick shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, thanks to SR Design for sponsoring this car. Thanks to North Aviator Racing for giving me a ride this season. And yeah, thanks to you guys in the booth for putting on a great show.
Well, with that too, before we let you go, team owner here, Peeler, up here in the booth with me as well. You got anything for your driver?
Go get it, man. You got the fresh rubber. I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking was my comment. Really, was I would do the opposite of the leader, because you can't follow the leader, you follow the leader. So I really think you got a shot to. You say 8th. I think you could get to 6th, 5th, especially the position you're going to be at on the restart. Go get them.
All right, I'll try not to wreck your car, boss. I'll do my best.
It'll be all right.
There's already a pretty big bill going here tonight, so hey, what's a few more dollars?
Yeah, Ty's wrecked twice. So
Yeah, that's true.
All right, good luck, Nathaniel, and put on a good show here to end this one out.
All right, thank you.
If you bet. That was Nathaniel Cherry leading the crew, the guys that came down pit road. And we'll see what those guys can do. Nick and Delicado, that's starting right alongside him. That's going to be, I think, a fun one to watch as well. Who DRS.
I mean, Kynan's there too. So Kynan's on fresh rubber, Cherry's on fresh rubber, and Decado's on the fresh rubber. And like we said, Watson's only got 2 laps on his tires. So I really think these guys can pick off 3 or 4. I really do.
And we'll see now too what Damien, he's going to be in that spot, that inside line. You know, going into the first couple of corners, he's going to be in that preferred position. Cameron's going to have to be aggressive to hold on to that lead, because we know Damien's good on these short runs. See if
Really
he can make some
surprised
noise.
Cooper gave that to him. Really.
Let's see if he can hang on. We're going to get green flag is out. Damien trying to hang on, getting through the corners. I think Cameron's going to hold on, but here comes Katie making some noise here as well. But Damien's going to shut the door. Does he overdrive it? He's going to have a bad angle, I think, coming out of this corner, and that's going to open the door for Katie. But with all that, Cameron's pulling away. Man, the field behind him jumbling up, trying to jockey for position. Nathaniel, your boy's already up to 8th right now, just after a couple of corners. If he can hang on, Vincent Isabella spun out. Rough night for Vincent here after starting on pit road to start half number 1, never really able to recover from that.
Damien's keeping pressure on Cooper. He's not running away. It's only about a half a second. He's
Gavin
the
Hibbs.
pressure there.
And Gavin Hibbs' car looks close to junk. There is, man, this back half of the top 10, they're shuffling like a deck of cards right now. They're all over each other. Oh, Greats losing it. Does he make contact? I think. Oh, Gavin, he did get in the back of Gavin Hibbs, and he's gonna go around again.
He almost had it saved. That was
Oh.
that was some good driving. He just ran out of track.
Yeah,
Okay.
just it was very narrow, and more contact here, and then 54. Shane DiMantova, he hangs on to it. One hell of a job for the 54 of Shane. Whew.
We need more restarts on the road. That thing. Great.
Tell him direct more.
It's great.
You gotta have some have OSCA Daddy be like the fun flag. He gets to dictate when to cause a full field yellow out on the field. Is Joe Francis loses a little bit of steam there, and Nathaniel Cherry up to 7th. So hey man, I think you had more faith in your driver than he did, Nathaniel Cherry. Oh no! And I announced jinxed him.
You jinxed him. How dare you?
Oh my goodness! And he's gonna fall outside the top 10 after that spin as he rejoins the track as
he's struggling.
Oh man!
Oh, now he's stuck.
Oh, right in front of the whole field, and oh man, that's a heartbreaker there. He had a good run going, and those fresh tires just getting a little bit too much, but it just shows how close they are to the edge every time they're under braking.
I mean, if you're him, like, you just picked off, he said he wanted to get to 8th, right? And he got to 7th, and he probably in his mind thinking, oh my God, I'm really eating these guys up. So he probably tried to push just a little bit too hard, got a little too overconfident, and locked it up.
Locked it up, and now falling back to the 20th position, see if he can gain anything in these final 5 laps of the race. But right now, it doesn't look like anyone can touch Cameron Rich. And I kind of got to go back to what you were saying. If I were Damian or Katie, knowing that Cameron was going to stay out, I would have ducked down pit road, had fresh rubber. And obviously, you don't know what the guys behind you are going to do. But especially Katie, a person who's out there for checkers or wreckers, kind of a race deal here. It might have been worth a shot to gamble and come down pit road and maybe have a little bit more than Cameron Rich.
I mean, I think what is it, Larry Mack? If you follow the leader, you're just going to follow the leader. I mean,
yeah.
I think I would have. I mean, I don't get to be in that position very often. I dang sure ain't in that position in a road course. So maybe I'm wrong, but I would have.
Unless they just thought too, what we just seen, Cameron Rich just this last time by with 4 laps to go now ran the fastest lap of the night with the 141.229. Man, even with his little bit older of tires, he's still laying down some pretty fast laps.
And in Delicado, I mean, Cherry was making the tires work. In Delicado is definitely making the tires work. He's up to 5th.
Oh, let's.
So I don't know. Maybe it's hard to say. I think Cam Rich may have had him covered just on pure speed, but I think you should have pitted and at least gave yourself a shot.
Yeah, it maybe would have been worth the gamble, but we don't know anymore since we are now playing out these final 4 laps of the night. In Delicado, though, is making a strong run to get back to the top 5. That's got to be the driver of the half here, getting turned on lap 1, falling outside of he was in 30th place. And was slowly working his way up, and I think he would have finished like right on the lower half of the top 10, but he might be able to potentially maybe challenge for a podium finish once it's all said and done.
Hey, helicopters are fast.
Heck yeah! The old war chopper there, working his way up through the field of Nick and Delicado. Now with Braxton DeWeese, we're right on board with him in the 3-wide TV multicam. We've seen him on pit road early in half number 1, put himself in a hole. Started back in, biggest mover of the race back in.
No, excuse me, that's wrong. Darren Staff.
Oh, Darren Staff. Oh, silently in 19th, up 16 spots. It's the biggest mover, and with that modified too, he got that early on in the going too. So he almost had to work his way up twice through the field. Oh man, Zach Rogers, Ryan Lutz, they're battling, they're duking it out, they're punching each other. They're trying to settle it out for that 8th position right behind Braxton DeWeese.
The guy that blows my mind is Dallas Myhan. I mean, I don't think we called his name entire first half, and he had a good finish. I know we haven't said his name this half, and he's sitting there running 6th. does a very good job of not making mistakes, running his own race. He's always good finishes out of these things.
Katie hit the wall a couple seconds ago,
lost.
and now she's gonna lose the second position.
And now, she loses the 4th position as well. As she falls back into 5th as Nick Indelicato just squeaks by the 92 of Katie Roby. And man, oh man, and look, speaking of Dallas Myhan, smooth operator. I mean, he's been just pretty that wheel. DJ Weeks too, who just worked his way up in the 3rd.
We need a name like that for Dallas. I mean, I think he's earned it.
Just
so
quiet.
Smooth to watch him race. He just doesn't run anybody the wrong way. Doesn't put his car in a bad situation. Takes what he gets. Get another really good finish out of it.
Yeah, and he's gonna. Yeah, I think he's gonna like the results here, getting back into a full-time racing after being semi-retired. I should say Mark Martin did. Took a year or two or season or two to do the part-time gig, but man, he has a Rick Hendrick style owner that just reeled him back in.
I think he may have came back better. I mean, Dallas has always been good, but he ran good last week and he did today. I think that time off may have done him some good.
Yeah, sometimes you just need a mental reset and just kind of get back to the basics, and that's kind of where I think Dallas is just running smooth, not being overly aggressive, and I think it's definitely paying off for him here tonight.
Sometimes it's just getting back to having fun.
He almost won in his return at the season finale of the 2023 A season, and unfortunately, late caution kind of prevented that from happening.
Oh, that's right.
I think sometimes you just run so much that it takes the fun out of it, and it becomes too serious, right? And then you take the season off, and you come back, and it's fun again, and you run better because you're not just overthinking it. I'm proud of him. He's doing a really good job.
Sometimes. Oh man, Lutz misses the corner bad, trying to still hang on to that top 10 run, but Zach Rogers will get around him. So will James Watson here, battling now for that 9th position. But speaking of that too, if you get to that point, if you're points racing every single night or a bunch of nights of league racing, sometimes taking that part-time step back, just going out there for fun, making it fun again, and then it kind of refreshes your mindset. Definitely, I think that's helped Dallas Myhan as well. But with now one more lap to go for Cameron Rich, over a 6-second lead over Damian Leininger. Looks like he will pull off, get the brooms ready. I think Carlos has got the brooms ready for victory lane. So there's going to be a lot of nice and clean. We're going to dirty it up with some confetti here a little bit. Boom, confetti. Bringing that back. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Am I? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't remember how old it is. I'm surprised what young kids don't remember now. Also, I guess I'm one of the old, I thought.
How old do you think I am?
I don't know. You're like 5?
Yeah.
Well, now I'm curious. How old are you?
31.
Oh, 31. Well, so you're not that far behind me. You're only 7 years behind.
Yeah, I'm 31.
Yeah. Not too bad.
Unfortunately.
Not too bad. Unfortunately. Yeah, I know the gray hair and the no hair. Yeah, we're getting long in the tooth up here in the booth. Maybe that's why we're up here in the booth, not on the racetrack right now. You definitely can't. You can't run like Cameron Rich right now, as Dallas Myhan does work his way around Braxton DeWeese, and they're still battling. That's not said done. Braxton gets back around, but Dallas is going to have Zach Rogers and James Watson right behind him. It's Cameron Rich. He's getting pretty close to taking the checkered flag here. He's going to go through a final chicane.
Oh, big block. Dallas put a big block on Zach Rogers.
Zach Rogers did a good job of staying off that 15 car, but coming through the chicane for the final time. Get the brooms ready. Cameron Rich wins half number 2 of the Bite Size Sports 136s. Well, man, you ain't crossed that finish line yet. There he goes. Oh boy, he was making me nervous, man.
Indelicato drove to 3rd.
Yeah, wow, what a run for Indelicato to rebound to get 3rd. Both halves.
Those tires, that's way better than he would have finished.
Yep, DJ Weeks gets 4th. Katie Roby finishes in that 5th spot. I'm sure she wanted more tonight with a good solid night for the 92. Yeah, it was pretty wounded. Braxton, Dallas, Zach Rogers. Gilberto did a pretty good job too after that spin. It looks like he's gonna rebound to 13th. And I'm sure he wanted another top 10. Man, there's a lot of battles on track. Where's Darren going? Oh, he's after the line. After the line. Oh God.
Go to the porta potty.
A lot of cameras moving around. We don't really know this track very well.
Yeah. This is again probably why we're not out there. But man, it looks like is Cameron still running like full pace here? He's still walking away with this. Man, he loves this track so much. Yeah, he is still going full song here.
Look at that pink
3
roll.
wins in a row for Cameron Rich right now.
Oh
He's
yeah,
the man to
Cameron.
beat.
He's and that's going to be tough for again with a good night for Nick Indelicato trying to rebound after last week at Indianapolis. He's going to have to chase that 29 car full time. Cameron Rich again. We've seen him as you said in that 29 All-Star ride for RK Motorsports last season. Now doing it full time, so he's going to be on championship notice for sure. Picking up his 3rd win already of this young OSCA season.
We said on media day that it wouldn't be as easy for Indelicato to win the championship. We noted that, but I did not expect to watch one person win 3 races straight. That I did not expect. So that's a heck of a feat there.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch once we head to Milwaukee next week. But we do have that defending champion in the ready to come up here for an interview. So we'll get Nick Indelicato, who man, buddy, you had to overcome a lot here tonight in both halves, especially here in the second half, falling all the way back to 30th. You rebounded both times to finish 3rd tonight. Man, what's your takeaway of the night?
Dude, that was, I don't know, man. That was so eventful. That yellow there in the second race really did help, or else I think I was slated for like a maybe 11th, 10th at best finish. But kind of just kept my head down. I made so many mistakes. I mean, if there was a corner count for corners that I missed, it's definitely plus double digits. So I like this track. I just honestly couldn't find a rhythm unless I was by myself, and really it's momentum based. So if you mess up like a chicane, then you're kind of just going to be slow for the next corner. So like I said, found my rhythm. There's no way I was going to get to Cam just because I was making so many mistakes, and then spinning out in the first lap. I don't know what even happened. That curb, I was hitting it all 26 laps prior, and then lap 1, and maybe it was cold tires, but I came back. I mean, I can't be mad with 2/3, and after how last week went, I needed these.
Yeah, we were just talking Cameron Rich, making you defending your title defenses here pretty tough, but man, we still got a long way to go next week at Milwaukee. What are you kind of feeling heading into next week?
Yeah, I think the only other time I ran that track was in a different league, maybe a couple years ago, and actually Cam was in that league with me, so it'll be fun. It's going to be a lot of bumping and banging, but I think if you get out front, it's definitely going to be hard to pass. So not really looking forward to it, but it's not really a terrible track. I'm just happy to come away with 2 top 3 finishes. Last week was abysmal and just super unlucky, but somehow kept my head down and pulled out some good ones tonight.
Yeah, I mean that probably really has to feel good, even though you maybe not gain points on the leader per se, but maybe putting yourself back in that chase off hunt with especially the way you rebounded here tonight.
Yeah, no, like you said, it's a long season, so those first 2 races, honestly, I feel like I could rack another 2-3 races in a row and still have a good shot at it. So I mean, and that's not trying to be cocky, but I just feel like I can put together good races, if need be. So tonight definitely helps, and just looking forward to getting a new slate next week.
Yeah, next week will be another week. But before we get to the shout outs, Adam, you got anything for Nick?
Yeah, I wanted to ask about this tire call. So I said in the booth when the caution came out that I personally, if I was running second or anywhere past that I would pit if the leader didn't pit. I would do the opposite. And then we saw you and Cherry do it, and some guys behind you, and we talked to Cherry under the pace laps there, and he said he felt like he could get to 8th. I saw you guys got to 8th and 9th very quickly. I mean, within a lap and a half. Unfortunately, Cherry did spin out, but at what point did you realize that getting to 8th wasn't just it? I mean, when did you really realize that you had a chance to go up there and really get a top 5 and really push it?
Honestly, when I saw that I came out, I think 11th. So when I came out 11th on the new tires, I was like, all right, I'm gonna have a shot. And honestly, my plan was coming out of the chicane to really throw it into the first turn, because I know these tires stick on when they're a little bit colder. So I didn't get a chance to do that, just the way the restart worked out. But once I saw us restarting right behind those guys on old tires, I knew there was a shot. Maybe not for the win, but definitely for a top 5. And the tire call worked out. I'd rather have new tires. When you get these tires heated up with this car, I mean, you're going to be slipping and sliding. So new tires was definitely the call.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. I mean, I'm sure you'd rather be on attack than defense any day. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was amazing to watch, and y'all did a good job.
For sure. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. With that, any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, this year, actually, you guys see it, the new car, Talking Giants podcast from John Boy Media. They hopped on board this year, making an amazing car. Justin over there at Talking Giants, they're great guys. I really couldn't be happier. So to have them on board is a ton of fun. New podcasts every week. Obviously, the Giants season is coming up. The NFL season's coming up. So they have a ton of training camp stuff if you want to go check them out. Along with that, my team, Shift Esports, solid day in the first race. And obviously, I wish I could have made it better. And there's a couple mishaps. And, we were fast, but stuff happens. But, my team, always level-headed, love those guys, and looking to put a good season in this year. And thank you guys for broadcasting.
Yeah, thank you. And I think the speed that Shift's still showing might not have the results just yet, but I'm waiting to see that the Shift domination up front once again. Maybe next week at Milwaukee.
It'll come. I think we're looking good.
Oh
hey,
yeah,
I still want that Dexter Lawrence card, by the way. I want
Hey,
it.
maybe. Yeah, I got to talk to Seth about that.
Still want it.
I got you.
All right. Well, thank you, Nick. And I like seeing the hand is still steady. He's not shaking yet. I like that.
Thank you. Have a good one, guys.
You too. Nick Indelicato bringing it home 3rd place in both halves. And without further ado, we don't have Cameron yet, but Adam, we'll let you take it away here with Damien, our 2nd place finisher tonight.
Hey, Damien. Great run, dude. I mean, I was very, very impressed with how you were able to stay there in 2nd. I know Cameron had a little bit too much. Where do you think you were really losing to him? Because it looked like you had a very good short run car and you could run off and leave the group, but it looked like he may have had you on the long run. Is that what it felt like?
I just think anywhere on the track he had us. He was he was so much better on braking the entry. I mean, he was able to roll it faster than all of us. He was able to time his upshifts to the right point where he wasn't spinning tires, but he wasn't really losing time. And I mean, I tried everything in the book that he was doing, and there was nothing I could do to, if I was behind him or in front of him, I could probably keep him behind me for a little bit, but he was too dang fast overall on braking and that. He was able to save his tires and yet keep his speed. He's impressive anytime we come to these road courses. I mean, he's one of the top guys to beat, so we're not mad about finishing P2 to him.
Yeah, I mean, and speaking to that, so like you said, you feel like he was beating you anywhere or everywhere, not anywhere, but did you feel like you could actually, learn something? I mean, you did just beat everybody else, and you didn't get to him, but did you learn anything running behind him? Because that's a great chance to really figure out how to be even faster.
I'm gonna be honest. Anytime I was behind him, he just kept getting smaller and smaller out that windshield. I didn't get much learning behind him, But I try. I mean, I've raced with Cam for enough time now. I mean, I've went over all his stuff. I've tried to look at it all and replay what he does and do it myself. And there's just, I don't know. I feel like I'm a solid road racer, but there's those people that are just the top notch, can just get everything out of the car anytime and just know all the little ins and outs of it. Cameron Rich, Johnny Eckert. I mean, even Delicato's a really good one too. It's just, there's something that they can do that I've just not been able to replicate so far, and I don't know if I ever will be, but I'm gonna keep giving it a chance every time we're here.
I did see when you got to start out front or when you got to the lead. By the way, those restarts rolling through that chicane on that inside line, those were masterful. I watched you do it twice from the lead. I watched you start fourth and roll to second. I mean, you were killing that. How big of a difference was driving the car by yourself versus around other cars? Because I feel like that was a big difference too. Whoever was in front could really stay up there for a while just because they were running their own tracks. How difficult was it to run in traffic versus being out just by yourself?
Yeah, I mean, the car really didn't handle much different, to be honest. It was all just about knowing the people you're around and where their braking points are. You know, I'm notoriously probably a little bit better when I have a rabbit in front of me trying to chase them, and not worrying about, you know, hitting my marks perfectly, but, you know, and looking in the mirror and seeing where they're at. And I do a lot better job, at least on iRacing, of being that second place car for a while and running right behind them. You know, when I got out there and I kind of started running my own laps, once Cameron kind of, you know, blew past us all and started taking a bigger lead, then you can kind of work into a rhythm. But, you know, if you have a car in front of you, I usually feel more comfortable doing that. But it's just kind of, everyone has their own ways they like it. So I guess that was just for me. But overall, the car didn't drive any differently when you were, you know, battling somebody or in a pack compared to when you were out ahead of people, which is fun because a lot of these other cars that you get a lot of aero tight or whatever. You don't really get that in this.
Again, I thought it was great. It was fun to watch. I mean, I'm terrible at this, so getting to watch you guys who have a knack for it, who are talented enough to make it look easy, make it look smooth, very impressive. I'm dubbing you the restart king of the night because you made them all look foolish on restarts. So I give you that, and to that I'll give you the goodie.
Yeah, you know, hey Damien, how's it going, by the way?
Yeah. We go back to Adam.
Hey, somebody already wants me more. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Damien would definitely be that guy, but you know, maybe thinking way too early on in the season. You know, only after our second night here of OSCA competition, you came into tonight after week one in 7th in points, and having this a sweep of seconds here in the second week of the season. It's gotta at least feel pretty good. I know it's early, but you feel like you got to be a pretty good position, some pretty good momentum going into next week at Milwaukee as far as the chase-off points contention is concerned.
Yeah, I mean, I feel solid. I mean, it's 3 straight second places. I mean, I finished second at the second half of at Indy 2, and really race 1 was battling right up there, and then, you know, kind of top 5-ish too, and got caught up in that big O accident that we had when people kind of stayed out or took 2 tires. So, you know, I feel pretty solid. I feel like we're running up, you know, maybe a little bit over where we probably should be. I'm probably, you know, about a 5th or 6th place driver with the talent we have in the league. But, you know, definitely, I mean, you're never going to complain about getting second places. I mean, it's 3 straight there. You like to points race a little bit here earlier in the season. You know, so you don't find yourself in a situation where you're kind of worrying about a battle at the end, trying to make it in or whatever. So definitely starting off with some good momentum with 3 second places, and just trying to, you know, pivot that forward and go into Milwaukee with a good mindset and maybe capture 1 place better or something.
Yeah, you know, speaking of, because you know, you have 3 straight second place finishes, but the guy who finished ahead of you has 3 straight wins. What is it going to take for you to maybe change that fortune to be the top dog heading next week into Milwaukee?
Does anyone know if you can get a concussion virtually? Because that might be what it has to take. Somebody's gonna have to no lift him, and it has to be a real life situation, because Cam is, like I said, I've raced with him a lot. He is one of the top drivers anywhere you go. If you go to an oval, he's gonna be up there. You go to a road course, he'll wax you. You know, you go to a super speedway, he's aggressive, and he finds a way to always be up front at the end. Like, it's just, you know, you're never going to find a weakness in his game, so you have to be consistent in it. And when he does get caught up in maybe other people's mess or that very rare mistake that he has, you have to be ready to capitalize on that, and then, you know, on yourself, not make a same mistake at some point, or try to avoid as many messes as you can, because you're not gonna make up a points gap to a guy like Cam.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a uphill battle, but certainly you are putting yourself in a good position to be ready to strike if that does in fact happen. But with that, any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, so I want to give a shout out to Traders Brewing Company. Nate, he's in our fantasy league, came on board this year for the 12 car. So big shout out to Nate and Traders Brewing Company. Batflip Podcast, baseball podcast you can find on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcast, wherever you want to find that. It's a weekly baseball podcast, and we're getting ready into the run towards the playoffs. So a lot of interesting things there. South Shore, everyone there, we had some not so good races, but it was a lot of fun. Still being on track with them. And Luke, as always, Luke was on the box today. We had some good strategy calls. He kept me calm there and just helped me settle into that second place and mind my gaps to the back, so we're able to bring it home. And then you guys, obviously, for the broadcast that we're able to watch back, and Vic for everything he does for Lead. I know we had some conversations today about some stuff, and he's always very reasonable with all of us. So shout out to that. And I think at the end, I think that's pretty much it.
All right.
I do want to say, before you go, I want to say, Damien, if you think you are a 5th or 6th place driver in this league, you're selling yourself short. You are way better than that, and you are proving it through the first 2 races of the season.
Well, as Goody knows, just let the season keep going, and I'll prove you wrong. I'll prove you right. If you want to see, Adam, what type of driver I really am, pick me on one of these races, and I guarantee you'll see the difference in the driver.
You know what it is. You know what it is, Adam. He gets in his own head.
Well, I mean, he says
enemy.
that, but I mean, I've been around. I've been in the races with him. I know how he drives, how he can go about, and how he can get things done. I think you're north of 5th or 6th, but that's just my opinion. And
talent-wise, I agree, but when he gets in his own head, that's his only trouble. I will be 100% honest. I've seen it behind the scenes.
That's why you've got to tune in to the pre-race OSCA before dark somewhere, and we're going to make sure Damien is in a good mood every night before the race.
Yeah, here, if you want to find out what the real odds were, Vic, what were my pre-championship odds coming into the season?
What?
What were my odds for a championship coming into the season?
There was supposed to be odds?
Yeah, you're the.
I mean, if you're asking if I thought you were going to win the championship, the answer is no.
See? Look, no, but I'm saying you're missing a real gambling opportunity to make some money here, Vic. You can easily put Cam right now is a favorite, and then everyone else, the underdogs.
You gotta remember though,
dude, if I'm a gambling man right now, I'm gonna say that the favorite to win the championship, that has the odds on. There's no way in hell, but it could happen. Is Shane D. Mantova? He's gonna win it running a new car every single week as a fill-in driver. I'm telling you.
Wow, calling his shots here. Interesting.
There you go.
Ah, that's what we get.
Look, you want to talk gambling? If I'm gonna gamble, I'm gonna gamble hard. Okay, I'll lose.
I mean, Damien's killing me over here. He's so down on himself, and he's talking to someone who's got one OSCA win at a plate track. So you're doing way better than me, bud. I'm up here in the booth for a reason.
Hey, the only reason I have OSCA wins is because I've let all the other talent purge itself before I came back. I mean, at one point, Goody was a top driver in this league when I was racing. That's how I got some wins.
Wait, what? I never drove this league.
Oh, that's shade.
Hey,
That's serious.
You know what? You just wanted to burn me, man.
You're so good that were bad even when not driving.
Yeah.
Go ahead and let that one sink in.
I don't even know where I don't even know where to go with that one.
It's always a good note when you end a interview with one of the interviewees as speechless. So,
yeah, and you did good. You did well.
Yep. All right.
You have a good night, Damien.
That's enough interviews for tonight.
Yeah, you can bow. Bow. Now it's time to bow out.
Yeah. Yep. Bowing out.
Bowing out. See ya, Damien.
Later, guys.
That was Damien Leininger sweeping second. I think we have to poach Cameron Rich out of the RK Motorsports booth here, but we're gonna pull him up. And Cameron, man, you were untouchable tonight, and looked like you didn't struggle where everyone else was. What kept you so smooth there tonight?
Throttle control and a deathly terrifying fear of wrecking the car.
Hey, you know, maybe that's the mindset, because it looked like everyone else was hanging the ass ends out there, entering corners, exiting corners. Cars were all over the place tonight, but you did, even with that fear, you held. Maybe it wasn't a fear, Cameron. Maybe it was a respect, because you did keep it pretty calm and smooth out there tonight.
Yeah, I remember the last time I had run this track was back in Elite, and I had led the whole race up to like 5 to go and burned the tires up for literally no reason, and I felt kind of silly about that. So didn't want to do that tonight, and I backed my pace up way up just to try to keep the tires on it, because this car with its really tiny spoiler and no brakes and big engine is pretty hard to slow down. So I blew the chicane there one time in race number 1, just completely, like I just like didn't even take the corner, and it was pretty. Somebody saw that; it was embarrassing. But yeah, I think the key tonight was just to keep the tires on it as much as possible, because the track's flat, it's got no elevation, so you're not really loading the suspension at any point in the track. So the tires just kind of want to run away from you on the exit of every corner, and it's really hard to prevent the car from doing that. I think that was the key to keeping the speed up tonight, was just keeping the tires on the car.
Man, I don't even want to know what it would be like if you actually unleash the beast there and just not try to save the tires. But with that being said, again, you know, it's especially for a lot of these guys that might be newer to iRacing, you know, with this older car, it has the old tire model on it. How much different or how much more important is it to save these tires on a road course like this?
I don't know. It feels about as broken as what they got nowadays. I mean, I remember running this car back in like 2017, 18, and everybody running around the bottom at every track trying to save the tires, and I mean that's what you see nowadays. So it's really the same, just a little different implementation of the brokenness. I think it's really the same at a road course as anywhere else, just with any other car, because iRacing really doesn't wear tires. They just heat them up like exponentially to the point where they don't work anymore. So they never really work correctly like they should, but you know, something we all gotta deal with. So it's pretty fun.
Yeah, man, you made it look fun. At least it might have been more chaotic, and we did even watch some in-car camera of you throughout the track when you had a lead, and even though you had that big lead, you were keeping it smooth. There it seemed like there was a lot of hand movement just to keep that car wrestled into shape.
Yeah, definitely. One of the techniques I like to use is if you kind of on the exit of the corners, you kind of jerk the front tires a little bit, it gets them to hook up a little bit better, and you know, you heat up the fronts while those rears are spinning up. It kind of gets that tire temperature distribution a little bit more even, so you can get that better run off the corner. And I think that really helped me off of turn number, whatever the hairpin is called, or whatever turn that is. I think that was really the toughest place to get the power down just about all night. But yeah, I mean, it's a fun track, man. I love this place. Always enjoy when the then Nationwide Series used to come here, and would love to see a real cup here, or a real cup race here one day. I think there's been rumors.
Yeah, there's been talks. Yeah,
that'd be more than rumors.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun, and hopefully we do get to see that happen. But Adam, you got anything for Cameron?
Yeah. So this is from someone who is absolutely terrible at this, and I think some guys up in the booth would agree with me that road course racing is not their forte by any stretch of the means, but you make it look easy. You're smooth. You say that you were taking it easy and backing off, but you were running some of your fastest laps towards the end of that race. Give me one tip for someone who's either new to road course racing or someone like me who can't just make it around without hitting anything. Like, what's the one thing to really take advantage of and learn first before you try to put through all the technical stuff that is road course racing?
And remember, he wants just a tip.
Just a tip. Just a tip.
Just a tip. Okay, I got you. Okay. Yeah, I was actually talking to Katie about this right before the race, but I think my biggest tip is to find a brake bias that works for you, because 99% of the time on a road course, I think the default brake bias for any setup is going to be either too far rear, too far to the front, or just not good for whatever reason. So I think on any road course, you're going to make up the vast majority of your time under braking. So if you can find where your brakes are working for you the best, it's not always going to be the same for everyone else. Like, for instance, tonight, I think the default brake bias was 59. I found that incredibly far to the rear, so I was running about 66, I think. And that's where I was comfortable. That's where I could get into the corners without, especially with these cars, since like I said, they have no downforce and you're relying on side force that doesn't exist in these types of tracks. You gotta, if you have that brake bias too far to the rear, you're gonna under braking, and then like after 2 laps of that, your tires are absolutely done. So you gotta, I always, it's weird with this car because, especially like back in the day, the mantra was to always crank that bias back at the ovals because it wouldn't turn otherwise. But at the road courses, you really got to do the opposite, because it will just hop skip out under you.
Good to know. I appreciate it, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who are watching that appreciate it, because you just made that look super easy. So congrats, and that was a hell of a show, bud.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah, and I was gonna say too, if anyone to watch to learn that masterful of passing someone or getting that advantage under braking, that's you, Cameron. But before we go and let you celebrate the victories tonight, any shoutouts you want to give?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my team, Carlos, Katie, Darren, Dallas, all had pretty good showings tonight, so pretty cool. Glad they were able to do that. I want to give a shout out to Eisen Designs. I believe those cars have swept Montreal, so pretty cool. And I want to give a shout out to you guys for broadcasting, and last but not least, my beautiful wife for always being in chat. I love you.
Aw, always love that. That's cute. But all right. Anyway, thanks, Cameron. Actually, I do gotta ask you. I totally skipped this part of it, but next week, Milwaukee. Call your shot. How you feeling about next week?
We'll be all right.
All right.
I got my must wins out of the way already, because I'm always gonna look for those road courses. So Milwaukee, let's see what happens. It's a fun track.
So I'm assuming we're at least gonna see you in Victory Lane. Maybe not a sweep, but at least once next week, huh?
Oh, sure, that's the plan. Hopefully twice.
Yeah, he's like, that's what I was thinking. He's like, oh, we'll be all right, and he shows up and qualifies on the pole and wins.
That's what I'm gonna get ready for. But thanks, Cameron, for joining us, and congratulations on the sweep here tonight.
Guys, y'all
Congrats, Cam. Thanks.
Yeah, Cameron getting the must wins. Yeah, he was driving it like must. I mean, man, he said he wasn't even giving it full song. I couldn't imagine what he would have done if it wasn't for that. But yeah, all in all, Adam, it was a great night of racing here at Montreal. But next week at Milwaukee, it's going to be another flat track, only a mile in length, so it should be a fun one heading into next week.
Yeah, I think next week we'll actually get to see, kind of get some of the specialty stuff. I mean, I know we ran Indy, but Indy's its own beast. And then we went road course racing. I think next week is when we're really going to see who our top championship contenders are going to be. And I think we'll leave that race with a good idea of who's got a handle on this car, and who we're going to have to put up with, and see who gets the gold at the end of it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. This championship battle, I think, is even heating up. Going to be even heating up as we go along here before we get to the Chase House. But with that, thank you all for tuning in to tonight's race here at Montreal on 3 Wide Racing Television. We'll hope to see you back next week at Milwaukee. For Carlos, Adam, Vic, and myself, and Matthew, who made his race picks here tonight. Too bad we didn't get to hear from, but you get to tune in next week as we head to the Cheesehead Steak. Get your cheese curds, get your beer ready. Same time, same place, right here on 3 Wide TV. Until then, good night now.